Afternoon, chaperoos. I'm Gav Mack from Two Up Top. I'm joined by Ed Hall from Two Up Top. Dylan Murphy from the Armchair Pundits, and then Stu there from I Leeds, therefore I am Leeds. How are you, gentlemen?
How are you?
Buzzing.
Go.
Buzzing.
I'm buzzing. Hey, look, I was at the pub earlier on today to watch the mighty Arsenal defeat Fulham, and Arsenal were top of the league on day one. How lovely is that?
We should just end the season here.
The always stars off top of the league.
Well, for the last couple of seasons, we haven't actually got away with it because they kept on putting Bournemouth as AFC Bournemouth, which put us into second spot. But, you know, Arsenal, top of the league. And this shirt, I wasn't going to wear club shirts today. I wasn't going to do it. I was going to leave it to you boys. But I was at the pub earlier, watching the game, enjoying myself. My missus texts me and she goes, I must bloody love you. I was like, what do you mean? She goes, I'll find out in a minute. And she turns up with the new away shirt. Couldn't believe it. So I'm wearing it and I'm showing it off. But I'm going to come to you first, Stu. Stu, Leeds United. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been a while. Listen, today is just a day of celebration as far as I'm concerned. You know, we're back in the Premiership. We've got a free whack at the best team in the country. If we get anything today, it'll be nothing short of a small miracle. We know the gap between the Championship and the Premiership. I'm realistic. But that being said, I'm always excited when I watch Leeds these days, and we're up for the big games now. You saw us against Arsenal in the FA Cup last year.
Yeah.
I think my only slight apprehension today is that we've got the young lad Struick in for Cooper. Baptism of fire, but what can you do? And I'm always nervous about the idea of Van Dijk against Bamford. So,
yeah. What do you mean by that? Is that what you're saying? That Bamford's going to have his trousers down? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that we got. You know, I listen. You know, this is a point of contention between Leeds fans. I'm not sure. I would have liked to see Rodrigo start this today, just to see that kind of fresh take on how we're going to get attacking this year. But I always knew he was going to start with a team that finished the league last year. It was always going to be on the cards. We're not going to see Rodrigo for another few weeks yet. It's just the way that Bielsa does it.
Do you not think that they warrant starting the guys that got you into this position in the first place?
Yeah, of course. Especially under the kind of like playing Liverpool. Of course, yeah, absolutely. When we play the next couple of games against Fulham and Sheffield United, we need to think a bit more pragmatically about how we're going to get some points. Because, listen, there's a lot of talk going around about how arrogant Leeds are, how arrogant Leeds fans are, how we think we deserve things, how we think we're a massive team. But listen, you know, there's a reason why every single betting outlet there is saying that we're not going to go down. We've got a good quality team. We've got, I think, possibly one of the best managers in the world. And we've got a proper bona fide team. We don't have individuals that are good. We've got a team. And so there's a lot to say about keeping the team together. My feeling is moving into the season where you're paying this big money for these big players. I don't know the psychology of how you're meant to deal with that. We all know the problem with the big players and the fact that a lot of managers can't handle them properly, and there's egos flying around the rest of it. Our club motto is side before self. And so, yeah, you're right. We need to play with a team that we finished with last season, but they were exceptional championship team. I don't know if they're a Premiership team yet.
Yeah, I'll get that. Dylan, I'll come to you. Dylan from the Armchair Pundits vodcast, I'll call you. That's what you do. You do a lot of video stuff. I know what you guys like to. Make sure you add yourself to their group on Facebook as well, the Armchair Pundits. Make sure you do. Liverpool, you know, just won the title, first time in your lifetime, first time in your lifetime as well, Ed. But I'm coming to you, Dylan, because, you know, Ed's part of the top family. Dylan's on the periphery of. So, Dylan, you know, you just won the title, as I said before, but how do you feel that you guys will fare in the Premier League this season?
I think I've said it to all my mates. I think we're going to struggle. A lot of mates think I'm deluded by saying, we're not. Look, we've just won the league. And my argument to that is, look at City. City went 100 points, then dropped, and then dropped again. What's to say that we can't? You know what I mean? Tottenham haven't bought no one for a couple of seasons, and then they dropped completely off. Everyone else has strengthened around. We haven't strengthened, and I feel like we are going to struggle. They're saying that we're not going to take no risk this season. The biggest risk is not taking risks this season. We need to spend. We need to spend some money. I know. Ed, the other day Ed said that like we haven't got no money and all that, but just being able to fork out 30 million for Thiago would have sorted out.
Take the loss.
Yeah, just take the loss because you're going to make it back. You are going to make it back.
So Ed, how do you agree with what Dylan says, or are you feeling a bit more optimistic? What are your thoughts, mate?
I think we're under no illusion we wanted to strengthen the side. History says that if you don't build upon success and you rest on your laurels, you will get hit. But we have attempted to replace these players. It hasn't worked out. But one thing I will say, though, is for the last 2 years, we've been saying we need to bring fresh faces in and we're not bringing in enough and surely we're going to fatigue. And then we do better than the year before, which is really a testament to Klopp and the staff for constantly bringing them back. So I can only go off that and be optimistic that we'll just go again. And the likes of Minamino and Keita will continue to improve, because the good thing about Klopp is he's actually a coach. He'll improve the players he's got. So these players who haven't hit the ground running will feel like new signings.
Yeah, definitely. Right, let's have a look at some teams. We'll start with the visitors there. I was going to run through the starting lineup, then I'll come to you, Stu, and you can talk. Because there's going to be a lot of people that will know who Leeds United are. We all know who Leeds United are, but probably not be overly familiar with certain players in particular, because they've been out of the Premier League for so long. But I was going to put the team lineup on the screen, and I'll just run you through it. So it looks like they're going with a 4-1-4-1 formation. The goalkeeper is Meslier. Back four of Dallas, Strike, Koch, and Ayling. In the holding midfield position is Phillips. And then from left to right, you've got Harrison, Click, Hernandez, and Costa. And then Patrick Bamford through the middle. So, there's a couple of names in there which are, I won't necessarily go as far as household names, but they are more familiar names than others. And you've got Robin Koch there, who's Robin Koch, who is a German international. You've got Pablo Hernandez. Old school FM fans will know how good he is, and we've seen what sort of quality he could bring to the Leeds side. But talk to me about that team. Do you think that is the right type of lineup to go, the right formation against a strong Leeds side?
Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy that Meslier is in goal. I'm not going to talk too much about the alternatives because I'm happy that Meslier is our number one keeper. What you want to be looking for is, this is kind of fighting fire with fire. We play a lot like Liverpool in many ways. We overload the wings and we run at defenders, and we're looking to just get balls in the box and see who's there. Our little bit of magic, as you said already, is Hernandez. He effectively is a bit of a one-man show in terms of he is our imagination. He's where all of our creativity comes from. Everyone else is working on the lines of being like super drilled. They know what they're doing. They know where they're going. Lots of repetition of movement. But Hernandez is just off the leash. He just does whatever he wants, really. And that just produces those little moments of kind of lubricated football where we can break through. My man is Jackie Harrison on the left wing. I think he is a
good player.
I think he is incredible. Old Man City kind of player that we've still got on loan for the third season with a look to buy him next year. He's an incredible player. He's so fast, it's ridiculous. And he's got a beautiful first touch. Sometimes his delivery of the ball leaves a little bit to be desired, but he gets in great positions all the time. Click can always come up with a goal or a great through ball. Phillips, I'm not going to talk about him. I
think we all know about him now.
Yeah,
we all know about him.
The thing is, it's one of those situations where when you watch every single match, you realise the worth of a player. And he's one of those. He's not very glamorous, but he protects the back four incredibly. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him today because I think he'll be playing out of his skin. My only slight concern is, like I said, I think Struijk is a great player. He's very, very young. And this is, like I said before, a baptism of fire. and Bamford up by himself does an awful lot of work. He's not your typical kind of out-and-out goal scorer. A lot of people give him a lot of stick. He scored a decent amount of goals last year. You know, we won the league by 10 points, so it's not by, you know, it's not a poor return. But he holds the ball up an awful lot and brings midfield into play. And it just depends whether we can play Liverpool at their own game and just get up on them, because we will be. We hunt him back. You know, we follow the ball. We've got 2 or 3 or even sometimes 4 men on a single player stealing the ball back and pushing up. We had somewhere between 60 or 70% possession almost every single game last year. I don't know how we're going to cope with not doing that. Just want to make a bit of a point about what Dylan said about Liverpool. And I'm not going to sit here praising Liverpool, far be it from me to do that. But I just think, like Bielsa, I think Klopp is like different gravy. I think that what he says goes. And
your Bielsa is your Klopp. That's what I've said on the videos. Like, I've spoken to a Leeds fan before, like Lewis, he's on our show, and I said, like, your Bielsa, you know, he's our Klopp sort of thing.
Yeah.
You feel the love. You feel the love of that. Are you from Leeds?
Yeah.
So you, like, when you won the league, you felt the love like we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so there's this thing of like, if Bielsa says, you know, it's kind of a strange situation being a fan and completely trusting a manager. Not had it for forever. I'm
an Arsenal fan, mate. I don't want to talk about that sort of stuff.
But you know, that's what Leeds and Liverpool have in common, is that sometimes strange things happen. You know, with Ben White and some of the things about leaving players out and putting players in. But as a majority of a fan base, we just lean back and say the guy's in charge. You know, we trust him implicitly. So that's that.
Yeah.
So I think Liverpool will be super strong this season. I think they'll be very strong, and I think one of the reasons they will be strong is because they've got continuity. Listen, I'm not going to lie. Chelsea will come good. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
Man City will be strong from the start, but Man City, you know, like they can go through patches of being turbulent and not quite getting the results. But I think Liverpool will be strong because they haven't changed.
Yeah, I get that. Talk about Liverpool. Let's get their lineup on the screen. So very, very strong. You know, Jordan Henderson is back as well. So they're going with their usual 4-3-3 formation. Goalkeeper. They absolutely love it. Absolute engine. So you got Alisson between the sticks, left to right, speaks for itself. Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, middle of the park, the engine room, Wijnaldum, Henderson and Keita, and the usual front three of Salah, Firmino and Mane. Ed and Dylan, I'll let you speak amongst yourselves in regards to that and talk to me about that lineup.
Can I just start it?
Of course you can.
Right, I just want to say today, you know, we've just been talking about Kevin Phillips there. Today's the day which he plays with the big boys. And when he's playing with Gini Wijnaldum and Bobby Firmino, we'll find out just how good he is. You know, I reckon he'll be running around like a headless chicken, really, boys. You know, Stu, as you were saying, you play a lot like us, run down the flanks. Against Liverpool, you can't do that. Like the likes of City have seen that. They've tried to do that against us and we've whitewashed them. You know what I'm saying? So today is your test. Today's going to be a massive, massive test for you. I'm loving the fact that we've got Keita and Gini in the midfield. That's just going to be pure flair, a lot of attacking. We never really seen them two play together last season. We never really got to see this midfield trio, to be fair.
The midfield three, I'm a massive Naby Keita fan. I think if it wasn't for these odd injury hindrances, he really could have pushed on. Wijnaldum will be one to watch this game because obviously there's a lot surrounding his position at Liverpool with Ronald Koeman and Barcelona snipping through. And he's also meant to be the one to leave should Thiago come into Liverpool. So, you know, a lot to look at there. But if I was to make a starting 11, this is exactly what it would look like.
I'd like to put I'm a big massive fan of Fabinho.
Depends who we're playing though. If we're playing away from home, I'll have Fabinho. If we're playing Manchester City, I'd have Fabinho. Yeah. If we're playing Leicester, Leeds, who are going to get at us, I would like Keita in there.
That's what I'm saying. Pure energy in that midfield. You know what I mean? Henderson's not going to stop running. And also like last season, a lot of people talked about, you know, like our form at the end wasn't the best. But I personally do believe that we rested a little bit, boys. But what I'm saying is, but the reason I feel like we're going to struggle is, say if we lose one of those front three, I don't think we've got enough strength. Like City, if City lose Aguero, they've got Jesus. I don't think we've got enough depth in that team.
We say this every year, though. We say this every year, and we know that the how Liverpool does their recruitment, it's all based on statistics and testing. And these players we've brought in have a low injury rate. Joe Gomez was brought before that regime, if anyone wants to bring that up. But these players are brought in to not get injured. So I know what you mean, but we've said that for 3 years, and for 3 years, all three of them tend to be fully fit.
We were lucky as well, though, Ed, with the African Cup of Nations. The fact that the African Cup of Nations has been cancelled this year.
Yeah, yes,
if
definitely.
it was, we would have lost Keita, Salah, and Mane, and look what we will be replacing with. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong.
And that's probably why we haven't gone for Werner.
He came in big time this season, and I'm loving it. He's like Joe. He's looking well in pre-season.
I'm curious with Leeds because Leeds going forward they're a great side, but the criticism of
I just want to hop in very quickly on that because a graphic has just appeared on the screen about Leeds United in the Championship this last season. So their ranking out of the 24 teams in the Championship last year: shots first, touches in the box first, passes in the box first, clean sheets first, shot conversion 19th.
Well, that's been the criticism of Bamford, isn't it? It's the Rodrigo's also the same. The conversion rate's probably not that Premier League level, even though you'd probably back Rodrigo more. But it'd be interesting.
And you've got to look at like Mitrovic. Mitrovic in the Championship is an absolute. He's just he's top goal scorer. He comes in the Premier League, and he gets like 10 goals, but it's not. He just shows that it's not as easy. You know what I mean? So if you've got Bamford who's not able to score as easy in the Championship, coming to the Premier League, boy, he's only seen the Premier League. He's not good enough, and I'm quite surprised Rodrigo isn't starting. I know you're saying there he's like he needs a couple of months, but if he's going to be your most expensive player, you'd expect him to slot right in there. Let's be honest.
Yeah, the issue with that is that there's a way of working at Leeds now which you can't shortcut because it would undermine the whole situation with Bielsa and the rest of it.
It's like that at Liverpool.
Yeah. What I would say is that you're right. There's no excuse for our goals. The goals we should have scored last year. We had something like in 565 chances on goal. It's not good enough what happened, and so. But we won the league by 10 points, and I can't say more than that. Is that we score the right goals at the right time. That's why someone like Pablo Hernandez is worth his weight in gold because pop up as you saw against Swansea, who for me were almost a Premiership kind of quality side in the Championship. Just popped up in the 88th minute. I think Patrick Bamford is due a little bit of more recognition than he's had in the past. He has had an awful lot of pressure, an awful lot of stick thrown his way. Bielsa stood by him through thick and thin. We've bought Rodrigo now. He's got to get used to the training and get his body fat down to 9% or whatever it's meant to be. But I fancy Bamford to score a few goals this season and to make picking Rodrigo difficult.
Good.
And I think that it will be. We can't just put Rodrigo in like that.
Happy days.
We're a whole team.
Well, we can't condone gambling, but if you do gamble responsibly. Simon James is watching the show. He's a Liverpool fan. I know that for sure. He's like, "You right, lads? What bets we got on for the game then?" Now, as I said, once again, gamble responsibly. Me personally, I've left this game well alone because I just think it's clearly a Liverpool win. So therefore, if I put on Liverpool, therefore I'm going to lose my money. This is now going to be a head over heart decision, and everyone who's watching, make sure you put your comments in the box. Let us know what your predictions are for the game. Not just that, just interact with us. Let you know what the crack is. Stu, what do you think the scoreline is going to be?
Oh God. Like I said before, this is a free punt for us. Liverpool are cold, we're cold. What I do know is this: if Leeds come out and have a decent 20 minutes, don't be surprised. because Bielsa's done more watching football than Jurgen Klopp has. I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
We will have our tactics down, and the only thing that's going to separate Leeds and Liverpool will be a couple of players, bit of magic. It won't be because you're more organised than us or fitter than us. My head says that it's a Liverpool 2-0. My heart says that we'll get a 1-0.
Interesting. Dylan?
I'm thinking 2-0. I'm thinking 2-0 myself. 2-0.
2-0 to Leeds. Oh.
To us, 2-0 to us.
Just put it out there. I thought I'd ask a question.
2-0. I reckon 2-0 Liverpool. I reckon Salah and Mane.
Ed?
Liverpool have started to see their high line get exposed a lot more, and Leeds seem like a team that could take advantage of that. I'm going with a Liverpool win, but I think you're going to see some bleeding from us, and I think it'll be 3-2. I think, yeah, I do. I think you'll see some bleeding from us.
Well, I would love lots of goals in this, but I think both teams are going to come in a little bit rusty. I think it will be a 2-0 Liverpool win, but I don't think it's going to be very comfortable in any way, shape or form. Adam Deeran's watching the show. Says, evening, lads. Bonjour, Adamski. How are you? Chris Hall, he's watching the show as well. Evening, all. How are you? And Andy, before I go back, I'll go back on that. So Simon's comment was on Facebook. Adam's and Chris's were on YouTube. And Andy is watching the show, and he's watching on Periscope/Twitter. So you can watch us on any platform, any of those platforms. Am I back? I'm back. I'm plugged into the Ethernet now, so it should be okay.
Any platform, yeah.
I'm plugged into the Ethernet. Yeah, any platform apart from the top left corner. Chelsea are laying in wait. Hey, Andy.
Chelsea haven't played yet. Let's go.
They haven't played, but I feel that there will be a conversation about Chelsea throughout the game. Adam says 3-1 Liverpool win, Leeds to score first. And Chris says is going 3-1 in Liverpool's favour as well.
Sounds like you're singing in auto-tune.
So,
oh God. What I'm curious about is, do you think Leeds only have a plan A, or is that just a common misconception amongst fans who don't watch Leeds enough? Because Norwich come to the Premier League with a plan A and only plan A and got relegated.
What I would say is that they're quite the difference between them are quite negligible. Listen, Bielsa put his team out last year. Bielsa put his team out 2 days before they played anyone. He's not that interested in chopping and changing and playing the odds and this, that, and the other. He's got a plan. He's got the people that he wants to fit in there, and he buys people that he wants to fit into that plan. Now, as I said before, the same with Jurgen Klopp. I wouldn't be that interested in Bielsa if he started panicking and throwing players on after an hour that he thinks can score goals. I'm not interested in that. So our plan A is pretty bloody special. And if we had the 11 really great players, and we currently have, I think, about 7, we would be competing for the top place in the Premiership. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And that's what keeps me happy as a Leeds fan, is that I think we have a year plan, a 2-year plan, a 3-year plan. This year is a relegation. That's it. I'm not looking to turn over Liverpool. It'd be nice if we did on the way. It's when we play Fulham next, and Sheffield United, and Burnley, and Southampton. They're our competition. I personally think we'll finish 11th or 12th this season, which will be a massive success.
I've got you down for 10th.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you,
you've got Arsenal for 3rd. That don't mean much.
He makes a fair point.
It's funny. Yeah, I made the point today that I feel like still now, even 16 years out of the Premiership, I still feel like we're a cup final for a lot of teams. I still feel like everyone wants to turn Leeds over. They want to give us a good ranking. We got a few settles we need to score as well with Fat Frank over at Chelsea, and obviously the scum. We're going to turn those gets over at Old Trafford. But the smaller teams will see us as a cup final. And last year we had this ridiculous run where teams were drawing or beating us, and then they won't win again for another couple of matches because they just put everything on the pitch. So I think we'll be respectable. We'll have a dip in the season. We always have a Christmas dip, but I think we'll finish about 11th or 12th, and that will be a huge success. We do have a really good plan A. I'm not too interested in plan B, C's, D's, or E's, to be honest with you.
I was having this debate with my mate the other day, and I said that I reckon this season you're going to be like Sheffield. You know, like Sheffield were last season.
Yeah.
You know, like you're going to be the surprising team, and you know, I don't think he's going to be anywhere near relegation. I think he's going to be comfortable. I put you down for 11 for me on my prediction. Like,
well, you know, I don't know how many teams that have just been promoted are buying kind of like some of the most sought after players in Europe. Do you know what I mean? It is a peculiar situation.
Yeah, you've got to remember, Fulham done that once. They came out and spent over 100 million on just some of the biggest names, and it just didn't work for them. You know what I mean? And that was a problem. Like, you're saying that you're playing the team from last season, so you're harmonised and stuff like that, which is good, and you're going to sink the players in slowly. Unlike Fulham, who just give loads of players, like Chelsea.
The issue with Fulham, I felt what Fulham did, where they absolutely screwed up, was that they bought, I think it was 13 or 14 players, and they pretty much replaced their whole starting 11 from the previous season, apart from Tom Kearney. And it was like, right, this is where you messed up. You know, you're meant to get a couple of players and integrate. You're not meant to change your whole. We know that it's a step up in class. We're fully aware of that. We're not stupid, but you might be. You have to remember that these are the players that got you into the big time. So therefore, one, they deserve a bit of a chance. They must be good enough to be playing a level above their station. But you can't just go in there and rip up a whole team. You can't do that. By doing that, it's just going to have absolute negative effects on yourself. We've got 2.5, 3 minutes before kickoff. Just want to say, any Leeds fans that are out there watching the show, make sure you follow Stu's page on Twitter. His YouTube channel is on there as well. So make sure you go to his page, you follow his Twitter. His Twitter handle is Leeds Therefore. So make sure you go to Leeds Therefore. And if you go on his page on Twitter, all the links for his YouTube channel are there. He's got, I was going to say 1 billion subscribers. It's not. It's just 1 billion in comparison to ours. But you know, all Leeds fans, make sure you go to them. And also, Dylan, who is in the bottom right-hand corner, he is part of the Armchair Pundits. So make sure with that as well, they've got a Facebook group. You add yourself to that group, and there's loads of debates, chat. They had a quiz last night. Test yourself on the knowledge of their quiz that they did. Dylan does loads of interviews with upcoming players, people that are ingrained and involved in football with their heart and soul. And then just come to us at Top Football, where we talk about football. And we do a review show every Sunday, and our top fives every Thursday.
I've asked you Liverpool guys a question about playing behind closed doors. So for me, as a Leeds fan, with a really fastidious approach that Bielsa takes, like for us, this kind of training ground routine is like really preferable for us. I've said before that fans do more harm than good. How do your season towards the end of last season was looking a bit shaky after lockdown and where there were no fans there and all the rest of it? How do you feel about starting the season in that kind of shaky mode?
Awful. We thrive on the fans. We thrive on that.
I should be there.
Edge. We struggle. I think the Man Cities of this world would perform better than we would without the fans there because they're used to it every week.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, all jokes aside, if you stuck us in Anfield nights in the Champions League, for example, would not be near as dangerous without the fans.
No.
So I'm not happy about it from a football.
I'm really happy that Arsenal are facing Liverpool at Anfield in these first couple of weeks, because if that was a full Anfield crowd, I'd be sitting here going, we're going to get pumped 4-5-0. With the no crowd, I just feel that it's just even the playing field up a little bit. We've just kicked off as well at Anfield. I just feel that the playing field would just be slightly slightly more even, and there's a better chance of Arsenal getting a victory against you lot. Simon says 4-1 Liverpool. Salah and Mane will get 2 each, and then Pablo Hernandez. As I said, FM legend. I loved him, honestly. My Palermo sides and my Villa side that I had, the old saves on, from 07 up to 2014. One of the first people I will go to is Pablo Hernandez. What a player.
Stu, can I just ask you a quick question before the game kicks off my side? Is there any players that I should keep an eye out on? Is there any players that you think, because obviously you just came up from the Championship, is there any players
Dallas, Stuart Dallas.
I mean, to be honest with you, they're all the season we had last year. I have so much affinity with every single player. Like Stuart Dallas was incredible. The guy played in about 7 or 8 different positions last year, and each time he absolutely bossed it. He just completely grew into the season.
What position is he playing? Where am I looking for him?
What position does he play? That's the thing.
Is he your James Milner?
He's the Mikel Antonio.
Luke Ayling is absolute quality. As I said already, Jackie Harrison.
Jack Harrison's known for his little techniques and all that. And he's technically he's quality, isn't he?
Yeah, he is absolutely. He just lacks a little bit of maturity, and under pressure sometimes he I don't know. It's something he gets almost overthinks the situation.
Because I was in Australia when he was playing out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's real quality. I think he'll be a future. Hopefully he'll stay with Leeds, but I think he'll be a really, really big player.
Early chance there for Liverpool, and it was Bobby Firmino who was running through, cut it back. There's too many white shirts there.
Yeah, I'm actually
with looks so fresh, doesn't he, with that cut?
I just feel that you can't allow Liverpool to have that much time and space. Then they will exploit. I know that it's difficult. I know that it's a case of feeding yourself into the game. But there's a young goalkeeper between the sticks for Leeds. If I was Liverpool right now, I'd be targeting him.
Meslier is a great young keeper, but what I would say is what you saw there on that cutback was that kind of hunting as packs that Leeds do.
Their pressing game's great.
Yeah.
And you just see that there's just white bodies everywhere, and they get it clear.
It's giving it. It's giving it. It's not giving that. It's giving it.
Let's have a look. Ambo.
It's giving a penny.
To who?
Liverpool.
To Liverpool. I need to see that again. Salah's had a shot. Oh, he's got his arm out. Yeah, he's got his arm out. You can't do it. You can't do that.
Salah vice captain as well.
He's in a natural standing position. His arm is out. You can't do that. And Liverpool got a chance to take the lead inside 4 minutes. It's Mo Salah.
What I'm looking at here, though, boys, the keeper's a bit shaky, isn't he?
No, that's a handball. Could I just say that obviously this is the second time Liverpool have played on the opening game at Anfield, the Championship winners, and the way they went a goal down in their first game back was from a horrendous own goal. So if this is given,
God blimey!
So there we go. It's Mo Salah
in my
right in the top of the roof. Bosh, there you go. 1-0 Liverpool.
Boom! Get in the red men.
Not the best start that Leeds want. You can't really compensate for that though. It's the ball has travelled a considerable distance here. You can't allow that sort of thing to happen.
Fantastic.
Literally, do you know how down the middle it was? It didn't even on the penalty spot. You've got 2 shades of grass, and it didn't. The ball didn't cut the 2 shades. It literally went straight down the middle.
Bielsa looks glorious.
Didn't deviate at all. It's I don't know if that's naivety or what, but you can't have your arm out like that.
He's been in the training camp for 3 days, coming back from Germany. There's no excuse for that. I think I don't know what to say. That's just an arm out. Simple as that.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Now So, Stu, what do you do from here? Do you You're the gaffer.
doesn't
You're
change.
Leeds United gaffer.
Just continue.
Yeah, no, nothing changes. It is what it is. The game's still got 88 minutes to go.
You're 4 minutes
Gotta
into a 38-game season.
Get our foot on the ball and see if we can just keep it amongst ourselves and just see what we can do. I mean, that doesn't really change anything, to be completely honest.
I just saw the replay again. It's not the right thing to do at all. It really isn't. Liverpool boys, I just want to take this moment to say how beautiful your home shirt is this season.
With the shorts.
Yeah,
It's
all red.
Out and about, it looks horrible.
It's just the right tone of red.
Yeah.
And the lime green on the neck. Oh, I love it. It's absolutely stunning.
I see
My
someone
missus-
wearing okay at the shop today, actually.
My missus has just got back home. And as I was explaining that, when I finished my words, she went, "Nope, she's not a fan.
Mohamed Salah?
She's not a fan of the shirt. No, she's
What
screaming
about
from
this
the
one,
kitchen. No. Yeah, I like that. I like that shirt. Is that the shirt for the away shirt for this season, Stu, the Leeds one that you're wearing?
You know, this is the goalkeeper one. The away one is the
It's the goalkeeper one. Bloody hell,
Yeah, yeah.
smart.
It's the away one for this year is the 95-96 Yeboah green and blue stripe.
Oh, fit.
Yeah, lovely.
I put on Twitter earlier on today because I was watching Soccer AM this morning and they were trying to recreate the iconic Yeboah goal from 95-96. Just let you know, Dylan and Ed, that it was like when you were like one.
This shirt's older than me.
It's the only time I actually feel good for being older. It's the only time I feel good for being older. But no, that all white shirt with, instead of having the badge, the LUFC, that for me is it's a thing of beauty. And I really think that Leeds should bring that shirt back maybe for next season in your title challenge.
In our title challenge? In their title challenge, sorry.
I'm trying. You've got more chance of winning the title before Arsenal have. This is a disadvantage with playing one up front, and this is what does my head in. You know, Patrick Bamford just won the ball. Is pretty much on the shoulder of the linesman. Here we go. Hello. Go on. It's got. Oh, is the flag gone? Leeds thought they equalised, but Northampton's finest, Stuart Burt, assistant referee, has given offside. Oh, gracias.
1 minute are you on, Gav?
That's what you call delivery. I love that. Thanks, Clary. Oh, yeah, it is right. It is offside. 8 minutes, 35, 36, 37.
Okay, I'm only 15 seconds behind you then.
That's not bad.
20 seconds behind you.
I was going to say, Stu, are you watching it on Sky? You're on Now TV?
I'm watching on Sky.
You watch it on Sky. See, when you're on Sky, everyone could be on Sky together, and there will be a couple of seconds here and there. You're best off just using like a betting website, which we don't agree with. Sorry, Dylan, I'm on a wind up, mate. I'm not talking about the betting. I'm on the wind up. Right. Okay. So, it's not the easiest start for Leeds, but
it's the best start you'd want, though. You'd want to play. If you're coming back to the Prem, you want to play Liverpool or the Man City or Manchester United.
You want to get them over. You want to get them over and done with, don't you? Really?
It's weird.
It's a celebration.
Because for me, if I was a team that had newly been promoted, I would want to play the top 4 in the first 6 or 7 games, get them out of the way. But off the back of it, then you've got, if you don't get any results out of those games, then you've lost a few games. Trying to get that morale back up. How would you prefer the first 6 or 7 games, Stu? Because you're newly back.
Listen, I want to get, without denting people's confidence, I want to get as much of that nonsense out. like I said to you before, our next 2 games are infinitely winnable. So we've got to be careful that we don't. It's difficult. It's difficult. I know there's always pinch points in the year. It's good to play certain people. I like playing people around Christmas that you need to beat because it gets a little bit congested and there's opportunities there. But yeah, I want to be playing the big team straight away and just kind of getting settled in and see what goes on there. But yeah, this isn't going.
Oh, here we go. Get that square. Oh, Pablo Hernandez is so close. If he managed that across, then it would have been at the feet of Bamford, right on the edge of the box, which meant he probably would have skied it because it's Patrick Bamford. But the opportunity was there, and that's the main thing. No, I agree with what you're saying, Stu. And in terms of your squad, do you think you've got enough? Do you think you've got enough depth there to last a full 38 game season in, arguably the hottest league in the it's 1-1.
Oh.
It's 1-1.
I was just about to say to you, the pace of this is going to pick up and we're going to get into this.
Wow, wowza. Look at that. What a finish that was. And it's lad Harrison.
This is what I said.
Is a god.
There he is. What a... I think this might get chalked off, unfortunately. It looks tight, offside-wise. They're not showing that. It's Calvin Phillips who pings a beautiful ball across the left wing. He turns inside Trent Alexander-Arnold like he weren't even there and digs it in the bottom corner. What a finish that is. As it stands, it's 1-1, but we know it's going to go to VAR, so we're going to have a good look at that. And
one of the worst teams against us this year.
Oh my God, VAR! No one likes VAR. Right, let's please be level. It is level. Yeah, there we go. We're back in. It's 1-1. Wow, look at that.
I told you that lad is electric. That lad is electric. What a player. What a finish.
Oh, and now Leeds have got... Oh my God. Just the way he's turned inside, Dill.
Oh yeah, that is quality.
I still can't say it. My internet's completely dropped.
That's all right, mate. We'll get there in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping so.
Lovely little
wow.
Ping. Lovely little ping.
What's a finish that was?
Yeah, he's a great player. He's a great player.
He's got a good game on her hand now.
How are you, Peyton, son? There you go. There you go. So, yeah, Gamble Man gets a laugh. Give me a laugh. There you are. Boss. Need a salad card now for a good night out. There you go, Simon. So, yes, it's 1-1 after, less than 15 minutes into the game. And I'll tell you what, as soon as that goal went in, Leeds were literally pressing the way they did most of last season in the Championship, because I must say that your pressing game last season was phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. And the thing is, like I said to you before, what we need to do is keep the momentum of what we've got at the minute and just make sure that we replace players prudently. We're not looking to win half the team. We just need to replace bit by bit. If we get a good pull from Udinese, I think we'll be a serious threat on the top, kind of towards this 7th, 8th position. Yeah,
no, I'll see that. But the thing is, the top 6, 7, 8 teams at the moment are so they've gone out in the transfer window, minus Spurs, and done a lot of work. But then you've still got Wolves who are going to play to distraction about and have done bits already. Leicester have done well of late. They've got Europa League this year, but they've still got a really good squad. So how Everton, they've put their £2 worth in. There will be a surprise team. There's always a surprise team that will put a bit of effort in. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm really enjoying that ball over from Calvin Phillips, by the way.
You get the ping and a half, innit?
Beautiful ping. And I love the audacity of going towards Alisson's near post. Beautiful strike. Beautiful strike.
What a player. I'm on the move.
He's on the move. He can't handle it. He can't handle it.
Is that like around the neck?
It is get a breather. He's like, right, okay, where's the brandy? He's sticking it in down there. He's like, right, okay. Absolutely brilliant. Adam's just said, yeah, Trent was left for dead after that touch. Hold on a minute. What's going on there?
No, nothing.
Yeah. That goal's not going to count.
No, offside.
No, it's not.
What's happening?
Offside there.
I don't know. I've had to restart everything on my end. Gav, you muted, pal.
There we go.
Yeah.
We there? Yeah, big long ball from Gomez found Robertson, who then was in offside position. Keeper came out, Meslier, at the feet of Hater, who chipped it over him into an empty net. But Robertson was already offside. So what an exciting 15 minutes into the game, 16 minutes. I'm a good fan.
Yeah. I think what's really important right now is that Leeds are just keeping their shape. They're not being flustered by Liverpool. Liverpool are trying to find a way through, and they're pressing well, but Leeds are keeping their shape. My fear was that they would be overwhelmed, and they would start to wander out, and they're doing well.
No, doing well. Leeds fans, make sure you subscribe to the Leeds podcast. If you don't know what it is, you could go to his Twitter page and find out. It's due in the top right-hand corner. Leeds at Leeds therefore. So make sure you follow him on Twitter. If you do that, you'll find out the links to his page. You know, even non-Leeds fans, have a look at what they do. Oh, mate, he loves it. Jackie Harrison is having a wonderful time.
That's a great ball!
Oh, that's a great ball, that is.
Come on, here he is. He's ailing. Go on, son.
He learnt that at Arsenal, Luke Ayling. My pink is out. Oh, God. Right, they're looking all right, our Leeds here. They're a bit nervous in the first couple. Now they're settled a little bit, especially after the goal. They feel comfortable, apart from that ball there by Calvin Phillips, but he's found strike and he's knocking it about now. I'm liking this. I'll tell you what I love about this. I'm a bit of a purist of these certain things. I love that Liverpool are wearing all red, and I love that Leeds are wearing all white.
Yeah. Oh, look at Calvin. That was Click. Click's great. Click has his great wandering position between Calvin and kind of like an attacking midfielder, almost like moving centre forward. And so that guy, every single match, runs back further than anybody else on the pitch because he's constantly backward and forward. He's defending, he's attacking, and he can shoot from distance as well. You can tell where Koch isn't quite on the same wavelength as some other people, and I don't just mean throwing his hand out in front of a ball either.
Do you wish you had Ben White in there?
Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie, I do. The guy was immense last season. I mean, I was
surprised. Like he belonged with you, really.
The thing is, Koch is a German international. He's the German number 6. I mean, we can't really complain about that. But Ben White, I'm surprised you guys didn't come in and buy him because he would.
I did. I wanted.
Can you imagine that? Big Ben White and Van Dijk.
It would be incredible. That would be your defense for the next 5 years sorted. Incredible.
But yeah, it could even be like Joe Gomez and White as well. He creates a free.
Yeah. Oh,
it's a free. It's a goal. He's given the goal. He's given the goal.
To
He's given the goal. Van Dijk, big Van Dijk header. When I saw the referee,
Not
like that. I thought,
devil. Boom.
I don't know what's happening.
I might need to take a few weeks off the watch-alongs though, Gav, because I can't remember the last time I watched a goal live.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Big, solid header. Look at that. Look at that.
Robinson
Unmarked. Keeper's pride.
Corner. Van Dijk. That's his 9th goal for Liverpool.
Yeah. They're all headers as well, aren't they?
Best centre half in the
No,
world.
one against Wolves away was on the foot.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh,
He's off the corner.
I said
Yeah.
that a second ago. You can see where Koch has not. He's been training for 3 days with Leeds, and you can see it. That was just a training ground move that went wrong.
Yeah.
I think one thing you don't need
Yeah,
training for is sticking with Van Dijk, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Sticking with Van Dijk, I'll tell you what, I fancy myself at centre half. I was alongside Van Dijk. I'm only 5'6.5" anyway. So
Gomez has never scored a Liverpool goal, and he's been with.
hello,
Come on!
Bamford.
Oh,
Why are you trying
Bamford,
to take it round him?
Back post.
I'm living with that. Bamford's got to hit that.
What a header by Virgil, though, can I just say that?
That's what you're going to be doing, Dill. You're going to be doing the after analysis because it's
I've not even got to their one yet. It's them, then me, then you.
That's the joy of it. You guys are full of spoilers from my feeds behind. I'll tell you what. Just sign up to Netflix.
No, we know how you feel because Gav just tells me how I should feel in football games nowadays. I don't even need commentary. I just got Gav.
I'll tell you what, Bamford, that's a great run. And I'll tell you what, in the Arsenal game early on today against Fulham, Aubameyang did the same sort of thing. He's tried to take it round. Have a dig, mate.
Yeah.
Have a dig.
If he hits that first time,
He flapped it there, didn't he?
Yeah, it was all this last season. He's just lacking a bit of
So far, this game's gone how I thought it would, though. I said Liverpool are not looking at solid at the back at the moment.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
We look exactly the
solid
same
last
going
season,
forward.
though, to be fair, though, Led. Last season.
No, I know. But we addressed that and then went on like a 9-game clean sheet run.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
So it's something we can improve on, and it's something we will be aware of. As I think some people seem to think if you're shaky, that's you for the whole season.
Yeah, don't forget as well, though, last season we had the best start to the Premier League season ever. I think it was 12 straight wins, weren't there, or something like that.
Yeah, it's Man United who's messed it up for you, weren't it?
Yes, we drew 1-0.
Yeah. At home, weren't it?
Yeah, because it was Lallana. Yeah, like 88th or 90th minute or something, weren't it?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Do you know what, right? I don't want to trigger too many Liverpool fans with this, but because I know what you did last season, and it's obvious what happened last season. However,
if you say it could have been a better season, honestly.
No. I think it's. I just think that Liverpool got away with a couple of results last year.
I agree. I
I
do.
was-
Like where they got lucky.
We were looking at the City game. There was 2 handballs.
I look at the Leicester game in particular. You know, there was lots of games where you.
Last minute.
Yeah, there's lots of games. The Villa game, you were 1-0 down with 3 minutes to go of normal time. You won that game 2-1.
Yeah.
Liverpool deserved to win the league last year, 1,000,000%. I'm never going to take that away from you, and I'm really happy for you for doing it. I just didn't feel there was much convincing in some of them, but then that could be a good thing because then that tells me that Liverpool are able to do the dirty games. Go out there, grind a 1-0 win, grind a 2-1
We didn't stop
last minute. It was.
You've got to look at it as well, Gav. Yeah, is the season before when we lost by like 2 points or whatever it was when City beat us.
1 point.
1 point,
Yeah.
right? They scored the most goals. They scored most of their goals in the last 10 minutes, which we did last season. We last 10 minutes we wouldn't stop.
Company against Leicester. It's whoever wins the title has them lucky moments.
Yes.
Certainly.
You do. You need look a little bit on your side as much as you say you don't. Look at Makeda against. When Makeda won
won it for United against Villa.
Comes on all of a sudden. He like half falls, kicks the ball, and ends up going top in. Like because I'm not messing. He didn't mean that. Like if you watch it
Nah,
back,
no, I remember that game. He knew
Draw
exactly what he was
forward.
going out there for. Makeda! Absolute bang.
there was a few
Absolute
United
bang.
fans in our school who were like, after that goal, they would all walk around going, "McCade's better than Rooney," and I was like, "Shut up, mate! Shut up,
I'm
lad."
surprised Jordan Henderson started, considering he's been out with an injury for a little while.
Sorry, just going back on Dylan's thing. There were Man United fans at your school. Liverpudlian Man United fans.
Mate, there was loads. My best mate was United fan.
And it's from Liverpool.
Yeah, well, it's the Merseyside, isn't it?
I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know how I feel about that. I can't imagine someone turn up to me with a Scouse accent telling me they're a staunch Man United fan.
What are you on about, Gav? You got Tottenham pajamas.
I live in Northampton. I was born here, so it's not so bad. I tell you what, right? For lower
breaking up, Gav.
level people.
That was beautiful, Gav.
That was.
And the award goes to.
You touched.
I know,
man.
I know Stu will understand this. You know, for lower league teams. No offense, because they knocked about in League One.
Yeah, League One.
I'm born and raised in Northampton. It would be the equivalent of me being born and raised in Northampton and wearing a Peterborough shirt. You know, like I won't be able to do it. And like I say Peterborough because people don't really know who they are and where they're from. But Leeds would have come across them and Northampton Town when they were knocking around in League One. Ooh, that's a
Tranmere. It would have been. Stu, how much of a rival was Tranmere back in the day, mate?
Say again.
Tranmere back in League One was a bit of a rivalry, weren't it?
The thing is, to be honest with you, I can't even think about that now. When I think about some of the absolute
Jermaine Beckford is a legend at Leeds. I don't care what you say. Jermaine Beckford is a legend at Leeds.
Jermaine Beckford's a legend, and he's an Arsenal fan as well. So I've got a lot of time for him.
So he's now lost that title. Oh, goalkeeper.
Hello.
Pay the bills. Then, obviously, I'm sure you two have already experienced it.
Yeah, we've seen it already. Yeah. Ball's in the keeper's hands now. He's having a great time. That's right. Yeah, you'll get there in a minute.
I am. Would have been a great goal by the Leeds player, though.
Oh yeah, it would have been lovely.
This game has got a real lockdown feel to it. It's a real mess.
See, I'm not much behind. We're safe.
Yeah, I bet. Did you think that was a Liverpool player at first?
Yeah. Who's the keeper in goal there for them?
Go on there, son. Look at the toes on him. Look at how quick he is. What a ball. Oh.
The keeper looks like
Alda Costa.
Hey,
so this is a mess, eh? This is a real mess, I think.
Gav, doesn't Leeds goalkeeper look like Marcus from the Armchair Pundits?
He does a little bit.
He does a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, send him a message. Let him know. Any of the Armchair Pundits who's watching this game, Marcus, if Marcus isn't watching this game, that might be in between the sticks. He might call himself Meslier on the weekend.
And he's a keeper. He actually plays in goal. He plays for Leeds. No.
Have you ever seen Meslier and Marcus in the same room at the same time?
Leeds have some pace, don't they?
Have you ever seen Meslier and Marcus in the same room at the same time?
No.
No.
Has anyone ever seen you?
Oh, son!
Yeah!
He's splashed his screen with loads of liquid. Look at him jiggle in the screen. Look at the screen.
Look at it. Look at the screen.
Look at the screen. What's happened
There
there?
is load everywhere.
Did you spit your beer out?
I need someone to clip that.
Oh,
Come on, VAR. Step in.
Future Ballon d'Or winner Virgil van Dijk with a mistake in the century. What is this about? Look at this. Leave it. Knock it back. Oh, right into his mouth.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? That's like when we beat the Scum at Old Trafford. That's what I had all the
love
hallmarks of that, just between the keeper and the
You may not.
Look at
That was
that. Look at that. Jack Underwood from the Armchair Pundits. Bamford! There he is. Yeah, welcome to the show, Monfrere. Welcome to the show. Adam, I did see your question. We're going to come to that in a minute. We're just going to allow ourselves to calm down a hot minute after what we've just seen there. 4 goals in the first half an hour at Anfield in the Premier League.
I told you. Giving it 1-0.
It's Liverpool.
But this
2,
is it. They're
Leeds
exposing,
United 2.
despite the fact that was a Van Dijk error, that was still exposing the high line which Liverpool play. All he had to do was get a long ball in and we was under pressure.
Yeah. I just think if I was Bielsa, I would be sitting there watching that Atletico Madrid game over and over and over again. And I said it in our review shows that we do each week on that 2 at Top Football. You can watch it on all social media platforms. What I say is that Liverpool have got an absolute engine in midfield. It's the engine room. They haven't got any creativity. So that's why I want to come on to Adam's question.
I disagree, Navigator.
Naby was a box-to-boxer. He's not a creative midfielder. He's not a creative.
He's not a number 10, no. He's not a number 10, no.
No, you don't, but the thing is, you don't have to be a number 10 to be creative. You can still, because look at this. No, your creativity comes from your fullback positions.
Yeah.
So Adam said, thoughts on Gini going to Barcelona, and do you think Thiago Alcantara will eventually join Liverpool? Now, Thiago is not a 6. He's not an 8. He's not a 10. He's a deep line playmaker. Forget the shirt numbers. He's a deep line.
He's like Gerrard. Do you know the way Gerrard like finished his career and was like that, like sitting in the anchor, the pass? That's what we need. We need
number 6.
No, he's not a number 6. No, there's no shirt number to this. You're a Pirlo. You're a number 21. Because Andreas Pirlo wore number 21 on the back of his shirt, and he will sit deep in a position where you would play as a defensive centre mid, but he's not out there throwing in massive tackles and stuff. Oh my God, what a strike! Oh, it's 3-2. It's 3-2 Liverpool.
By your face, it's clearly Liverpool.
Oh, Mo Salah.
Mo Salah.
Told you, Mo. Didn't I?
What a strike that is.
No problem.
On my fantasy team.
And that's the young lad Struick. He, again, our centre back pairing, brand new buy, and an 18-year-old. You know,
you can't do
that.
I've
got no Liverpool players in my defence on my fantasy team.
Can I just say, what a game.
Oh, it's it. That's so nice. Look at that.
3-2,
oh my God, that is Salah of fucking. Sorry, excuse me, of debut season. No.
Oh, look at that. Near post top.
That is unbelievable.
Ed, I've got him down for Golden Boot this season, mate. I just think
no, Salah. I was going to say earlier, but I didn't want to make it a Liverpool wankfest. But Salah looks electric.
After what Marnie done last season, he's just going to turn it up, mate.
As
3-2. So
you had first half score, Ed, didn't you?
Yeah. See the goal, lads.
3-2.
That was a FIFA goal.
As my missus just said, you couldn't get more in the top corner if you tried.
Nah.
You really couldn't.
You could build a shot.
If you need to post a stamp, get Salah's to do it.
Yeah.
Don't put the Queen's head on it. Put Salah's head on it instead. Top corner.
Going back to Adam's question about Gini Wijnaldum, I don't want Gini to go. I love Gini. I think he is a very underrated player outside of the Liverpool fan base. But I think it might go that way as we don't seem to have. We're not paying the money for Thiago, and I think Thiago improves us, whereas Gini keeps us where we are.
I don't understand why you don't want to pay 30 mil.
That's the thing.
It's not me, Gav. It's not me. You know. I've been on the phone.
I'm going to call it. The next team to score will win the match.
Yeah.
Interesting.
His contract as well with Gini. He hasn't signed this. He's not signed.
It's going to be a ref own goal now.
Looked a little bit flustered, to be fair.
Yeah.
So Stu just said the next team to score will win the game. Calling it now. So I just love seeing goals.
What a game though, 3-2. Who called this at the start, lads? Which one was it? Yeah, said.
You know, mate. I don't mess around.
in 3 years.
He's good. Do you know what?
Do you like my boomerang, by the way? Authentic.
Oh, well, when you said boomerang, I thought you were going to put some really crappy Instagram. You know.
Is that from Australia? Yeah.
Can we just address this? Can we just address this for a moment?
Yeah.
What do all of you use Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes, I use ours at 2 at Top Football. You can go follow our Instagram.
Oh, I wasn't even using that as a plug opportunity. I was just being.
But I'm on it. But I'm on it.
Do you like the boomerangs?
No, boomerangs are for 13-year-old girls.
I don't understand it. It's like, oh, let's.
It's all red.
What are you doing?
It's all
drinking.
Drinking.
I never take it, me.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't think it's cool. I'm not a fan. Anyone who's watching the watch along with us, do you agree with boomerangs in Instagram? I'll tell you what. Let's put.
Is Gav Mac just old?
I might be old, but
Gav's a boomer, isn't he? Gav's one of them boomers.
I'm not. I wish I was a boomer. I'd have 7 houses by now if I was a boomer. Boomerangs on Instagram. Yay or nay? Right. Okay. Let's put that as a question. Let's ask that question out there whilst we're watching Liverpool versus Leeds, because I'm not a fan of it. I don't get it. I don't see the point of it. But the actual boomerang itself, fan of that. Yeah.
Thank you.
If you can get them to work, sometimes most of the time you just throw them and just.
Yeah, they never come back.
You just never come back.
It's there, like.
I think that's because we're British. Do you know what I mean? Like, it don't work over here. It don't work over here. I'll tell you what, right? I'm really enjoying the way Leeds are pinging the ball about. You know, like when you see teams that are newly promoted, they are so pragmatic almost. They don't try and take the game to the opposition, or if they do, they end up doing it in the way that Norwich did it last season, and we're just too counter-attacking. They're doing it.
I'm concerned because despite. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say, with the ball, I think we're looking great. Without it, we are a little bit directionless.
Yeah, there's a little bit of suspectness with that.
The dynamic movement of a Premiership football team. It's as simple as that.
All right, Grandad, keep up with technology. I think that's more for me.
The problem is, I know, just no matter what the score is, if we win, draw, lose, pundits and fans are going to be asking questions about how many goals we're leaking. Because if you want to retain a title, it's concerning.
Yeah, it really is. And this is no disrespect to Leeds, but Leeds are a newly promoted side.
Oh, yeah.
So the fact that they're newly promoted and Liverpool, the current Premier League champions, have conceded 2 goals in the first in the first half an hour. In particular, the Bamford goal, just because of the mistake that Van Dijk made. I just think, is this a title winning team right now?
Those situations where when we look back in 6 months' time, and Liverpool have won today 4-3 or 5-4, whatever the hell it's going to be, you'll say that was 3 easy points picked up at a tricky time of the season against a tricky team. So I wouldn't worry too much if I was a Liverpool fan about that. But if you play against Chelsea like this, they're going to rip you apart.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And we have Chelsea next week.
All right.
Yeah, so that's what I had. You don't have long to sort it out. That's all I'm thinking, because back end of the season we were leaking goals. So just hope it's a trend that won't continue.
So yeah, the main question of the first half. Oh, sorry, Stu.
That you start to come up against other teams' weaknesses. So Chelsea got a bunch. That's not offside.
That's
Chelsea
not offside. Not even close.
Got a bunch of brand new players that don't even know each other's first names yet, let alone speak the same language. So all of a sudden, you're 2-0 up within 30 minutes, and everyone forgets about the fact that you let Jordan get lead.
Yeah, definitely. I see that completely. Liverpool are so fluid with their front three, especially when Firmino comes deep, and it just allows things like that to happen. And
creates loads of gaps on it.
We need half time now.
You are desperate for half time. This is going to be a very long 5 minutes plus stoppage. Very, very long one. Because I just
Nelson needs
feel
to speak to his boys.
I've got to go with Stu on this one. I really, really have. Because going forwards, when Leeds are in possession as a whole, I think they look good. You know, they're not phased by who is against them. As far as they're concerned, it's 11 lads in red shirt, well, 10 lads in a black shirt in red. But when they're out of possession, they are.
And
There's no shape.
We spent the whole of last season with the ball, so we need to think really carefully about how we're going to adapt.
Is there someone who's watching the show on Twitch? Because you can watch it on Twitch as well. Is there going to be an audience? What he means by that is there fans going to be at the ground? Dude, we don't know what's going to be happening with the UK at the moment. I'm not quite sure where you're watching the game
Doesn't
from.
look like it doesn't look like it in Liverpool as well, lads. Is it? Yeah, looks like we're about to have a second lockdown here.
Yeah,
Monday,
it looks.
Monday.
It's not looking good. Like in England as a whole, as of Monday, we are looking at groups of no more than 6. So in terms of fans at a stadium in England, I can't see it happening this side of Christmas. It probably they might look at targeting the FA Cup third round as the first one. It really is. Dion, who is, I must say, Dion is the original Two Up Top fan. He's been there since our first ever show in September 2018 up until now, and is watching the watch along with us, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. Just proves how poor teams were last season. Liverpool had no real challenge for the league. I'm half and half with that, and the reason I'm half and half with that, Liverpool went out there and got their business done, but there wasn't any other team that was trying to put a challenge in, and this reminds me a lot of when Man United last won the title in 2013, because that 2013 that Man United side were pretty toilet, but they ended up winning the title by 11, 12 points. I'll have to double check what the difference was. But they won the title early. I think there was 5 or 6 games left of the season when they won it, and they won it by an absolute country mile. I wouldn't necessarily say teams were poor. I would probably turn around and say that the teams that were challenging were beating each other. That's what I'll go with.
Let's not forget Liverpool went to match City, who were dominating the league. Liverpool, when City got 100 points, Liverpool had 76 and finished 4th. So everyone else had the opportunity to make up the ground. Liverpool did for 2 seasons, and then City dropped off. It's at no fault of Liverpool's that no one else was able to match.
But
4 or 5 years of Klopp's plan,
the thing, so
down into what
all
the Klopp's pieces all came in and settled at one place. And as I've said before, we went from, we were this close to win the Champions League. The season later, we win the league. But in the same season, we were this close to win the league. The season later, we win the league. It's all about keeping on pushing. And now we've got nothing really else now to push for.
No, it's not a pen. It's not a pen. It should be should it be a Leeds pen? We'll go back and look at that at the moment. Liverpool on the counter attack, and here comes Mane. He's got Salah on the outside. He's found the ball, but no, Calvin Phillips is there cleaning up because that's what he does. Literally, I love Calvin.
Talk us through the penalty.
Maybe we're going to watch that again. Hopefully, you'll get there in a minute. Because they put a replay up. I don't think.
When Costa goes into the box and he bottles it, he does this thing where his legs turn into like leaves of lettuce.
I wouldn't call that a penalty.
Fair play to him because he runs at people, so I'm not going to have a go.
Iceberg Costa. That's what we're going to call him for the rest of the season. There you go.
Way down. When you're not quite sure about where his centre of gravity is, it's about 6 inches off the floor.
I tell you what, though, I am liking this Kevin Phillips. Like, I'm not at that penalty incident yet, but I'm liking this Kevin Phillips. So, boys, he keeps a lot of things sticking for the Leeds, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Here we go. Here's Lewis Barnard. Lewis Barnard, who is part of the Armchair Pundits.
Ooh,
We've said that, Lou.
not sure.
That's
about
why, Lou. That's why they got the original team out from last season.
Yes, Lewis Barnard, part of the armchair. Lewis Barnard, part of the armchair pundits. He said, Bielsa saying before the game that we'll play how we play and we won't change. Sometimes I feel that there needs to be a little bit of variation and you need to adapt to the new environment. But I also love the fact that Bielsa isn't taking any prisoners with that. And going back to Dion's comment about being a fan from the beginning, I do have to give props to this for Simon because he was actually at our first ever episode of Two Up Top before we even had a name for the show. And it was just called the Weekly Premier League Review. And he served mine and Stephen Cotton's first ever pint live for Two Up Top. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, tip me hat to you, son. Tip me hat to you. There you go.
So when you coming round with today's pod, Simon?
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm running out. You know, my missus has got other things to do. Yeah, my missus is busy. So Simon, I'll tell you what, get in the car, nip it to Ed's because you're closest to Ed right now. He's desperate for a beer right now.
I thought you were about to give my address out then.
Can if you like.
No, it's all right.
No, I'll just give you OnlyFans out instead. And then and yeah, I've still got half a mug here, so I don't mind. You go fill Ed's pint and then come get mine. But no, it's oh well. To be fair, if he gets a salad card, he's having a great time. I doubt you will, unless you get a dive. But from a neutral watching this and currently top of the league, I must say that... What?
Nothing.
Oh. As a neutral watching this and currently top of the league, I'm taking a mic. I'm going back for Two Top. I only speak.
Go on, league leaders. Go on.
League leaders. Thanks for adjusting me properly. I'm really enjoying how open this game is, and you know, if this is going to be the way that Leeds do attack next season, this season coming, you know, putting it out there, putting it against them, then I think it's going to be a rather interesting year. And I must go with what Stu said earlier on. You know, the next couple of games you are playing, you know, like Burnley, West Brom, those sort of sides at the moment. Those teams aren't. They're going to be more pragmatic and they're going to sit back.
Mm-hmm.
Are Leeds able to install their authority on those sort of teams?
So Bielsa's kind of attitude about this is very, very simple. He's gone on record quite a lot, and he basically plays the way that we used to Brazil or Argentina, where the only form of defence is attack. And so you will not see a single match this season where Leeds sit their team back, even if they're playing Man United and there's 10 minutes to go. They will not sit back. They will continue to attack. Whether that means that we lose points or whether we become a team that is battling for the top 8, only time will tell. I don't think the Premiership has seen anything like the Leeds package that's on offer at the minute. The closest is Liverpool, and Liverpool are good, probably 5 or 6 years ahead of us in terms of their plan of having the right players in the right place with the right coach. We won't have Bielsa forever. I think he'll be here for another year, and then we've got to think carefully about who we replace him with. But I'm relatively happy with that first half. It's a mess, to be honest. It feels like those post-lockdown games where it was just nonsense, to be honest.
The thing is, Bielsa has just signed a 1-year deal to take him to the end of the 2021 season. What's the reasoning behind that? I'm confused by that. I would have thought he'd want to sign for like 2-3 years, maybe. You know, he's already tried to, stamp his authority on what he wants from Leeds. He's so accustomed to the area. He gets the bus.
Apologies, I'll be back in a second.
No problem. He gets the bus locally. He goes to local cafes to eat. He seems like he's a part of the Leeds ethos. So why would he only sign a 1-year deal?
It's interesting. We spoke to a chap on our podcast called Tim Rich, who's the only English writing biographer of Bielsa, and we asked him exactly the same question. And the answer is pretty straightforward. he doesn't like to attach himself to any club for more than a single year. When he first came to us, he came to us for a year, and then we all celebrated and had street parties when he signed for another year, and we've done the same this time around. I think there's something there about keeping yourself honest and not being complacent and
I
not.
like that.
I think there's something there about that. I think he came to Leeds because Leeds remind him
Back
of
2 minutes.
South American kind of working class background. I don't think he came to Leeds for money or for anything else. He came to Leeds because Leeds reminds him of where he comes from. I think he rescue teams. If you look at his previous kind of record with other clubs, he sees himself as someone who can restart teams and get them back up to where they should be. He's never gone to a Real Madrid or a Barcelona or the rest of it because I don't think he sees himself as part of that kind of like global phenomena that is that multi-billion pound business. I think
Yeah.
he's nervous around money. I don't think he likes the idea of spending money or players earning huge amounts of money. He's an unusual character. He demands certain things from the club that he works for, and if he doesn't get it, he leaves. And that means that a lot of people think he's kind of a flight risk and he'll leave at any moment. That just isn't true. He just wants people to be honest with him, and he's honest with them. So he was actually out of contract weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and he hasn't signed a new one until in the last week. Because to him, I don't think it means that much. He knows that he's got a mission at Leeds, and I don't think he sees it lasting past the end of next season. I think he will see success as Leeds staying up and being back where they belong. He's not interested in the Champions League. He's not interested in going down as the greatest manager of all time. You know, he's a real humble character, and I think people are suspicious of him on the basis that we don't have people like him in football.
No, exactly. And this is what I was about to ask you. My next question was, does that not worry you?
In what respect?
The fact that, you know, in football nowadays, we want people bound down to a contract, because if they're not bound down to a contract, they can just get up and free and leave and do whatever they like. But
you know what?
Then,
if Radriani or anybody else involved in the ownership of the club or the running of the club reneges on something they've said to him, then I'd say to him, yeah, leave. It's not the right thing to do. What he thought about to Leeds is self-respect. We were a club, and we still are a club where people hate us for no particular reason, and we've been called dirty Leeds and the rest of that.
no, I hate you. And the reason why I hate you, and you should hate yourself for this as well. And do you know why? Because you turned up the penultimate game of the season at the Arsenal in 98-99 season and beat us 1-0.
Yeah.
If that game ended a draw, Arsenal were in pole position to win the title in 99. And now Man United fans are going to go around, we won the treble. Yeah, we're the best team of all time because we won the treble. That's your fault, Leeds.
Yeah.
I don't think people hate Leeds anymore. I don't.
No, it is. Red Devil Studio is watching the show. Brilliant game. And you know it's a brilliant game. Brilliant games. Man United fans are watching the show. They hate Leeds.
Fans aside, like Leeds have been, in top flight football. Obviously because they've been out for so long. I don't think that many people hate Leeds anymore. I don't know if the stigma sticks.
No, you know what? And
Ed, I'll leave you with that, Ed. I'll let you discuss that with the Leeds fan.
I wouldn't. I think you're right. That being said, I receive an awful lot of messages every week that says something different.
Of course, yeah, of course, you will. No, you will. But I think no one just like you're the biggest club to be promoted in so long, so therefore it sparks more conversation.
Yeah,
but,
and if we start winning, we're going to get back that unbelievable hatred that we've had for so long. What I would say is that in the past we have been a nasty team. We've been a horrible team, and we've played in horrible ways sometimes. And I'm not just talking about in the 60s and 70s. I mean that early 2000s team. You know, we learned to win as not very nice players, and that got up people's noses, and we got the kind of reputation again. But what I would say is that Bielsa has stripped away all of that, and now be very hard to dislike. You know, in the same way that I guess everyone has those kind of soft second teams that they don't mind seeing win. You know, I feel like that Leeds might be on people's radar for that. To be honest, I don't mind seeing Newcastle win. You know, their fans are like our fans. They're working class, hard working.
But you add to the pantomime of Premier League football, don't you? It's
And
another
it will be
character to the story.
It will be a pantomime.
That's why we watch it. The soap opera, which is football.
Yeah,
It's the man's soap opera.
But
Yes,
I
yes.
think one of the things that Bielsa's done is that he's made us hard to hate. It's the same as Klopp. I sent a tweet out earlier that had like tons of Leeds fans all kind of like liking the rest of it, saying Klopp has done the impossible. He's made me not hate Liverpool anymore. I just really dislike them.
That's brilliant. What's your opinion on Klopp? Because I've heard that comment a lot. A lot of
I think
people.
he's incredible. I think he's absolutely incredible, and he shares something with Bielsa. I don't want to keep bringing it back to Leeds, but
No, I love Bielsa.
There's that sense of social awareness. There's that sense of real. Our podcast is called "Our Leeds, Therefore I Am." We talk.
I listened to your last episode.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe, okay. Sometimes we do explicit kind of episodes where we talk to philosophers and say what are the kind of effects on society that football has, and so on and so forth. But I feel like there's a philosophy to Liverpool now. There is a core kind of morality to what goes on there. There's a meritocracy. There's people feel valued. I think the Liverpool fans and the Leeds fans are united in the fact that we all feel like we're part of something again, which at one time we were completely divorced from. And
can I just
and all the rest of it, go for it.
Yeah, you know, you're saying there, Stu, right? Like we now, like before Klopp came in, we had this like big shadow. You know, Rodgers. As much as we were this close to win league, it was still as if it wasn't. There was just something. And then the moment that Jurgen Klopp turned up, it was like as if the clouds had gone. You just knew. Even when we were like drawing against West Brom and we were celebrating it like we just won the game. Yeah. We still believed in him. There was points where a lot of people were like Klopp the flop. No, just believe in Klopp.
Yeah.
Now you walk around the city. You walk around the city centre, and these pictures painted of Jurgen. These pictures painted of Van Dijk, Henderson, and this is what I mean. Like it's gone from being like this.
I feel like a football club, not an industry. You're not a business.
But you're walking around the city, and you see the love for it now, and it's compared to like what it was 10 years ago when we were playing in Europa League with Roy Hodgson. It's so much different, and this is what I was saying to Lewis. Like, so like he's the Leeds fan, and like 10 years ago, you were in the Championship in League One playing against like Tranmere, Millwall and stuff like that, and now you're back in the Premier League where you belong, and it's great for football because I love the way you play football, and it leads you got like Aston Villa. All we need now is Sheffield, not Forest. That's all we need. We need Notts Forest back, and the Premier League is back.
No, that's what I mean. I agree with you. I wanted Nottingham to come up with them.
Yeah,
I think. I think there's something about the north as well here. There's something about the northeast and the northwest. When there's that sense of it. I feel reborn. I feel like I support almost like a new club. I said that.
Yeah,
that's people that aren't football fans, and they say to me, "What's your fascination with Bielsa? What's your fascination with this and that?" And I talk to them about it, we've got a podcast coming up where we're comparing football to religion, and not in a really superficial way, but in like that sense of I get up in the morning, like I can feel it in my heart, and then it's almost like there's a connectivity there which I can. It's not about them driving like amazing cars or living in big houses or doing things like doing your Grealish things of smashing your car up against the wall. Like you won't have that if he plays for Leeds, he'd be out. And the point is that there's an inherent kind of morality to what's going on at Leeds. When Bielsa arrived, the first thing he did was he took the players out on the M1 and they lit a pitch for 2 hours. He said to them, "That's how long the average fan has to work for to afford a ticket to this stadium."
Humble. This is what they've done. Right, Jurgen Klopp and Sir Alex Ferguson, in my eyes, are very, very similar. The reason is Jurgen Klopp knows every single member of staff in Liverpool. Through the week, he'll speak to at least all of them. Might not every day. He might not go like every day. He's not making the effort to try and see them all. But through the week, he makes sure that they're all right. Says hello. So the first thing he done was he said, "Listen, you're sitting." So Sadio Mane sits on the same table as a cleaner, or someone who works backstage, or someone who does like the works in the office. You have lunch with Sadio Mane, and it humbles the players. And Alex Ferguson knew everyone in his team. He done exactly the same, and that's what Bielsa does. It's not about, it's sort of like humbling these superstars to make you like look, you know, a lot of footballers, they're all comes from the street. Most of them come from like working backgrounds. The mum and dads, you know, and you just kick a ball, don't you? It's a working man's sport. So it's all about coming back to where you started, and you know, and it works. It does work, and you can see Jürgen Hug. Yeah, Bielsa's got a similar thing, hasn't he?
Yeah, and it's that thing of you don't make a parade out of it. It's just how you go about your business. So Bielsa lives above a sweet shop in Weatherby and walks to the training ground every day. And so
see, I didn't know all. We didn't know all this. I didn't anyway. You probably did that. You're a genius.
And it's just really good. And if there was any moment where it was kind of like it was contrived or you felt like it was put on, it would be dreadful.
Yeah.
But it's not. And one day he'll be gone. I feel like he's a bit of a blessing that's kind of come. He's going to make this massive impact, and then he's going to go away. And he will just be.
That's what I wanted to ask you actually, because with Jurgen Klopp, we didn't know how long he was going to stay till recently. He signed a contract until 2024. I now know that he's established this philosophy and will try to continue that. I think whoever comes in next will already be somewhat part of the squad and will kind of blend him in. If Bielsa was to leave at the end of this year and you wanted to continue this new Leeds, this new philosophy, who would you bring in to continue that? Because you don't want to go old regime, or do you?
No. For me, there's only two people that will fit them all. The first one is the obvious one that everyone would say. It's like Pochettino, because he's a disciple of Bielsa. He's cut from the same cloth. The other one is Corberan, who went to Huddersfield last year, who was just side by side with Bielsa all last season. He's the guy that kind of spoke to the players. He's the guy that told them the meaning behind what they were doing and the rest of it. So I have no issue with the fact that he's not a big named manager. Either Corberan or Pochettino, I'd be absolutely delighted.
Well, Ed, do you know who's favourite to become after Klopp?
Steven Gerrard.
No, it's not. It's that Pep.
Pep Linders.
Yeah,
makes sense.
And if it is Pep, I'll take him any day. Yeah. If not him, I want Alonso in me.
Yeah, you know,
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, Xabi Alonso. He's doing really well at Real. I think he's at Real Salagana or something like that. Is it? Real Sus. So yeah, that's it. Real Sociedad. Yeah.
Say that 12 times. So on my end, we're about to kick off. Everyone's leaning forward.
I just can't believe how Mo looks in that kit. You know.
You're in love, aren't you?
Have the Ethernet cable and see whether that will work better. So, you boys, speak amongst yourselves, kids.
It's a way.
I'll be back.
He's definitely been to Toxteth for a haircut. I'll tell you that for sure.
Well, he ain't been my barbers. I'll tell you that for free. I'll tell you what. I'm really nervous about the second half. I'm not going to lie.
Do you know what though? I am a little bit, but what I'm sort of seeing, Stu, is do you like the way you played against Arsenal last season in the FA Cup, and the first half
after the hour mark, we kind of lost the plot a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm sort of saying. Because don't get me wrong, you played with outstanding. You played no one really brought it to us last season like this, unless it was City. In my eyes, mate. Do you agree, Ed?
No, I somewhat agree. I think this is why Crystal Palace always do well against us. They hit us on the break. They get direct. It's like when remember when City won the league with 100 points, and up until they come to Anfield, no one seemed to attack them. Everyone used to kind of sit back, and then we kind of showed everyone if you attack Man City, you've probably got a better chance than just parking the bus.
This is what I was saying. Before the finger, because Stu said that Leeds play a bit more on the wing, whereas when City play against us, they don't do that. They can't actually do that in a way.
Watford exposed us, they exposed our high line.
Sharp, yeah. I was in Tenerife just before lockdown, and we were watching it. I was just like, what's going on here? 3-0 down.
I loved
I
it. It's the day that we moved into our new house, and I was like, right, let's go for a pint. Oh, I know the Liverpool game's on, but it's just like, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Liverpool were playing Watford. Trying to like smooth it over with the misses and that. They're like, oh, I didn't realise it was on. And we were watching it, and we were going mad because at the end of the day, I was the only thing that Arsenal got on anyone else. The only thing that Arsenal got on anyone else is the fact that we went the season unbeaten.
Mate,
So,
no, that's the thing. My mate Josh and a lot of Arsenal fans, it's literally like, if I thought, if we go undefeated, that would be nice. All my Arsenal mates were so quiet up until that loss. And then the moment they lost, they were like, you didn't go unbeaten. I was like, all right.
Man United got the treble. City have got 100 points. Chelsea have got the least goals conceded and the most points at that point. And then the Arsenal, we've got the unbeaten. So
no one's won the league as quick as Liverpool or as long as Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's at the same time.
But do you know what?
So there you go.
I'll tell you now, it was so nice having Facebook and it just being so quiet of Everton fans. Just zero Everton fans on my Facebook. Just quite, it was so
Everton
nice.
fans, here we go. It's 4-2. No, it's not. Oh, how's he not put that home? Genie.
I'll tell you in a minute, Gav.
Genie doesn't score.
You can break that down for us then.
But what
all
I'm
right,
quite
so
surprised
Bielsa's
of
just
is...
staring. We're kind of stuck on Bielsa for the time being.
Have you seen Genie's assist stats for the past 2 seasons?
I'm not a big fan.
Because he's not. There's 0 assists in the past 2 seasons for Genie.
Assists don't tell the whole story.
I know.
I listened to you mention that on the Spursy podcast.
Do you know what, Gav?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I love the NBA, and in the NBA, you get assist. So if you assist the assister, you get an assist.
You get a little mention.
I think they should start doing that.
Are you a Lakers fan, Ed?
Yeah.
Oh, well done, Meslier, coming out for that, kid.
Yeah, he did well.
That clearance went beyond the halfway line. Fair play to you.
Okay, I was on about something else.
I'm not really a big basketball fan. I like watching it, but I've been to see the Clippers twice, so therefore I should be a Clippers fan.
Do you know what it is? It's quite it kind of goes against what I go against because I don't like how people are fans of Messi and Ronaldo and not football. Whereas the reason I support the Lakers is because they always have marquee players, and that means I can enjoy it.
I love LeBron because he's got a good share in our club as well. And do you know what? It was him. If it wasn't for him, I don't think we'd have this Nike deal. To be fair, he was a huge influence on that.
Mm. Yeah, it would have been New Balance. Do you like any American sports, Stu?
No, mate, no.
No, not a fan. And that's that. Thanks for coming, Stu. I love my American football. That's my go-to. I'm sporting the KC, the Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. That's my team. To the point that on Thursday, I had a major faux pas because after we did our 5 midfield, the lists. The top 5 list show that we do on top, you'll be able to see that on our YouTube channel. If you go to playlists and go to top 5s, you'll be able to see our most recent one as well. Which is the top 5 predictions.
Gav, just want you to know. Be bracious.
Gav, I remember the player the other day. It was Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald?
Yeah, he got dreadlocks. I'll have to send you videos of him.
Yeah, he'll send me a video. So after that, my original plan was I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna sink like 5 beers in the next half hour.
Wow, look at that!
I'm gonna sink 5 beers in the next half hour. I'm gonna have a stodgy meal. I'm gonna go to bed at 7 o'clock and set my alarm for 11 o'clock. For 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, I forgot that I was on Sava's show, a Spursy podcast, and I was like, now I'm gonna do that. So I was on there with part of the fraternity of Leeds, therefore I am Leeds podcast. They're on there as well. Make sure you subscribe to their channel and make sure you follow them on Twitter. And it got to like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I was like, man. I've got to try and get a bit of kip as well. So I ended up falling asleep at 11 o'clock. I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and watched the whole of our first game back against the Titans, not the Texans, not the Titans, the Texans. And so I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning watching NFL. Yeah, 34-20. We scored 31 unanswered points as well, but we're just showing the champions level, and it's nice actually because it's the only time that I actually feel a part of this current screen right now, being champions. You know, like we've got Dylan and Ed down there, Premier League champions. Then we've got Stu up there with me, Championship champions, and then we've got Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champions. So this is champions table that we're on right now.
Yes, the champions.
How does it feel like winning?
It feels strange, especially winning the Premier League. Oh, yeah.
I love it. Apparently, Arsenal have accepted
Arsenal have lost
a
connection.
16 million bid from Arsenal.
For don't know if I'm late to this, but Arsenal have officially accepted £16 million bid.
Yeah,
from Villa.
what do you make of this, Gav?
I am devastated. My missus is over there. She is livid.
Is this the goalkeeper? The goalkeeper?
Oh,
He's been
16
fantastic.
million.
Yeah,
Not
is it
enough,
like-
ma'am.
Not enough at all.
My head's gone, man. End of transmission. End of transmission. See you later.
But
Going.
Ed, does it feel real
Yes,
for you
yeah.
when?
Oh, you're right, Gav.
Does it feel real for you when the league, like, you know?
No, but the reason it doesn't feel real was because I felt like we couldn't enjoy it the way I always
we haven't even had a open top bus around the city, and they said it'll happen as soon as it can. So when's that going to happen next year? I'm going to have like a little open top bus.
When someone else is champions.
Yeah. Well, we done it with the Champions League, didn't we? Did everyone see the pictures of the Champions League? We had all the trophies that we'd won like the past 2 seasons, and everyone just telling us like.
Yeah, I know.
Well, for me, it feels 100% real because it's been 50 years. You know, my mum was 2 the last time we won the Super Bowl. So, you know, like,
Did your mum know that?
it's big for me. You know.
What do we make of the opening 10 minutes or probably 12 minutes for these?
What do you mean? I haven't even kicked off me yet, lads.
Yeah, exactly. What's the lineups looking like, Dylan?
Well, nothing. That's what I make of the opening 10 minutes. Nothing.
Yeah.
But is that good, Stu?
I think that what's happening now is that I think Leeds are a bit more comfortable without the ball. I can see the next 20 minutes going pretty quickly with nothing happening, and then we'll be into Liverpool kind of like sweating a little bit. We've had 2% more possession. We've tackled more, and I think if we get down to 80 minutes or 3-2, I think Liverpool will and definitely the fans will start to thinking we want this game to be finished now.
Yeah, because like some stats are just showing up on the screen. Possession, Leeds 52% possession. They have put in 22 tackles to Liverpool's 8, but the possession won in the final third is 7-1 in favour of Liverpool.
Yeah.
Well, these are 2 pressing sides. They both press in a different way.
Like we were saying before, Gav, like when you went before, yeah, we said that like this has sort of got like a vibe of like Arsenal. You know, like the first half, you struggled against during the FA Cup.
Yes.
Against Leeds. You struggled a little bit like last
Struggled
season.
a little bit
For the first half. For the first half.
It should have been 4-0. Should have been 4-0 Leeds, and that's not even a joke. Like
yeah,
that.
so the little bit was a bit of an mistake, but like after an hour, they dropped off a little bit, you know what I mean? They started slowing down, fatigueness came in, and then that's when the Premier League quality sort of steps up. You know what I'm saying?
Arsenal were still crap in the second half. We were just as crap as them.
What score did they finish? 2-0?
1-0.
1-0. Yeah.
I thought it was 2-0. So
That was it.
But then that's the difference between Premier League quality and Championship quality, and that's once again that's not a disrespect thing.
But you can see you can see the quality.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's done! Yeah!
It's offside.
Yes. Hopefully.
Stu. Oh, VAR. Let's VAR it.
It's
Let's
offside.
VAR it.
Is it offside?
How can that be offside?
Well, I hope it's offside.
Oh, yeah, it's offside.
Yes!
Only,
Oh,
Yes!
no, but
Is it when the VAR celebrations happen? Yes!
Can we
Down that pint.
Can we address that header? Can we address that header by Trent Alexander-Arnold anyway? They're VARing it. They're VARing it. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
It's offside.
It's offside.
It's the
Only
perfect fullback.
just, though.
Scores the
Only
best that
just.
does.
Wow.
Only just.
Right, if that's not a sense of fear, then I don't know what is. Because I want to say by a mile, that was
Right.
Robertson.
What a little thing that was.
I tell you what, how Trent fucking scored that own goal is fantastic.
It's a great little knock, isn't it?
Boys, dunk.
Whose header was
not had a great-
better? Whose header was better? Trent's just then. Gabriel's earlier on this afternoon, or
Or
Trent?
Virgil's. I think Virgil's.
Let's make it apparent. Virgil van Dijk's header or Trent's? I'm saying Trent because Trent went into the far corner.
They were very similar as well, though. You know.
Fabinho coming onto the pitch, obviously showing a bit of cautiousness now.
Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
you're going to struggle now, breaking us down a lot.
Yeah, that's a sense of fear. That substitution. I ain't lying.
Realism. All right, we get it. You beat Fulham 3-0. Get off your high horse.
What's up with the leg, mate? I'm trying to find my inner Liverpool right now. Like anytime Liverpool doing major bits, it's like, oh my god, we're the best team in the world. So that's what I'm trying to do with the Gooner.
Sadio Mane is the best player in the world. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
He's great.
Oh, look at that! There he is.
I
There's
don't
Mane.
do it to me.
He's going through the middle. Oh, Robin Cox is having none of it.
No, have you never seen that video, lads?
Which ones?
The one where he goes, Sadio Mane is the best football player in the world. I don't do if buts and maybes. You know, if me nan had bollocks, she'd be my uncle, but she hasn't, so she's not.
No, I have seen that actually.
It's funny like that. I love that video of me.
Oh my god. Did you want to have a picture of me? Me retro Fiorentina mug. Look at that.
7-Up.
I wanted that shirt. I see.
That's from '93. Is
that when they had that Bastuto, or his name was?
Yeah. Put some respect on his name.
Nah, I've got this.
Gabriel Batistuta is one of the best strikers of all time.
Look like Jesus as well.
I prefer the Nintendo Fiorentina style.
Batistuta, another Bielsa kind of disciple. Can't say enough nice things about him. Saying he made him the player he was, etc., etc.
There's a lot of players who have said.
Oh, look at this!
There's a lot of players who have said that they've never worked with anyone like Bielsa.
Messi. What am I missing?
I'm sure Messi said it.
What am I missing? What's happened?
What are you missing? Mane finding Salah, finding Mane, first time, just over the bar.
That is really tragic.
No! That was nearly perfect commentary. Set it up. I literally set up the goal.
I know. I might actually change my microphone and get one of the ones where it's got like the cover over it like that, so I could commentate into the mic.
Yeah.
To be fair,
you need the camel coat.
They don't look.
I had one.
Sorry, what was
Liverpool?
that?
Oh, Rodrigo.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
When you said that.
Here comes Rodrigo. Is that Rodrigo coming on? Yeah.
Rodrigo getting into the fold right now. Hernandez. Right, so if anyone went to Paddy Power, then you would have lost your money because he's gone off. So yeah, it's Rodrigo and who's that? Rodrigo and Roberts, Patrick Roberts, for Bamford and Hernandez.
That was lovely football, though, weren't it? Money, mate. Rushing his
Yeah,
shot
nice
there.
little 1-2s and that.
You can see by the look in the face.
Sign that Leeds play similar football and that the next game will be much easier. Oh, saying that's Chelsea, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, be a piece of piss, mate. You'll smash Chelsea.
You're doing the what's Everton face.
What are Everton? Should we show the fans what are Everton?
What are Everton?
Oh, we've got a corner. We'll do it after the corner. Here we go. Trent, good whip. Keeper hits. Next break in play. It's going to be a subject once again for this season because you know what? There's more pressure on Everton this season than ever before because they've gone out and made some really good signings, including Alan, who is what a player. And this is What Are Everton?
What are Everton?
I know they're down the road from you lot, but what do you think Everton can or will do next season, Ed?
I'll be honest with you. This might sound like a cop-out answer. I have no idea because
great. Get the splinters out of your bumhole.
No, I will because I like certain individuals in that Everton side. So when you start adding some more, I mean, it obviously adds quality, but they've never played great football to me. It's like Richarlison does something good, Calvert-Lewin does something good. I've never gone, wow, Everton played great football.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So when you bring in these other individuals who are great players, I'm questioning, will they actually form something?
Yeah, can they mould together? Dill?
Myself, mate, like I actually do think that they're going to do quite well, but just not. See, I had this little discussion with one of my mates. He's an Everton fan, and I said like I like that Gomez that they've got.
Yeah, Andre Gomez. Yeah.
I like him a lot. I think he's got a lot of talent, and I said all you need is a new centre midfielder with him. So what they go and do? They go and bought 3 new midfielders.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking, all right, yeah, it's a new midfield's all right, but
they can play a diamond. They can play a diamond. They can play a 4-4-2 with a diamond.
You've still got Keane at the back and Pickford in goal, so you know your problems have only.
You got Pickford in goal. They got Pickford in goal though. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've got Keane and Pickford in goal, and it's like it's like a car. Yeah, that's dented. Yeah, you've took a few dents out, and you thought, yeah, that'll do. You know what I mean? And like you've sent it back off. It's not.
Guys, get your phone out. What are the odds on Leeds winning this game?
Not promoting betting, by the way.
Big gamble responsibly, kids. But off comes Jordan Henderson, and on comes Curtis Jones, who has got a decent shirt number now, number 17. Rate that. Stu. Liverpool fans are meltdown right now. That they know that Liverpool do not do as well when there's no Henderson on the pitch.
I hate Jones.
What?
Let's do this. Here we go. Get the ball in. Great ball.
Let's
go! The next kick. Come on!
3-3. She didn't even get a chance to have a look online.
Yes.
Curtis Jones even come on.
Too late. Can't even have a look. Don't matter anymore.
He's got Calvin behind him. He wanders backward and forwards, and then all of a sudden he's in the box, gets the ball, and he lethal finishing. Look at this. The breakdown.
Leeds are 9-1 to win the game.
Am I reading it right?
Get me the one. That's what I would have said.
It's just gone down to 6-1.
It was 9-1.
It was 9-1. Now it's 6-1.
Oh, that is a touch and a volley.
That is a touch and a volley.
Look at that.
And Stu, did you say that the next team to score are going to win the game?
Well, I don't rate.
He did.
But I do think he's a talisman. The team does get behind him, and now they are without their kind of like central figure. And Leeds have got their tails up. Rodrigo's on the pitch, not had a touch yet. This is 4-3 to Leeds now.
Is it 4-3 to Leeds and Rodrigo to score the winner?
Yes, that's exactly what it's going to be.
Oh, you know when things are written in the stars. Oh my God! Right, it's a throw in to Liverpool, deep in deep in the lead now. I need to come to you, Stu, because I want to talk Everton to you, but Liverpool are on the attack.
Okay.
Mane has just had a strike, but Jack Robertson's there. Jack Harrison, sorry, I should say, is there to try and clean up some deals. And now it's a free kick deep in the Liverpool. No, it's the Leeds half. And
Leeds are so
Oh.
exciting and so fast.
They are. Right, so Everton, we've spoken to the two Liverpool fans in the group. I want to talk to you, Stu. What do you think of Everton, and what do you think they will achieve this season?
I got to be honest. When I think about the teams that are cohesive, teams that have got a kind of decent plan about how they play, and from manager down to their weakest player, Everton are a faulty team, full stop. You can buy who you want, but they don't have a core central spine of a team. So I think as disappointed as ever now, what they've done quite nicely is they have added more pressure onto their shoulders for their underachievement. So they're standard. You're going to watch the final death kind of like crawl of James's career right now.
Yeah.
They won't achieve anything. They'll have a couple of half runs where you'll think they look half decent, but no, they've just added more pressure onto the pile of their perennial underachievement. So I don't see them as a threat to anywhere near the top six. Anywhere near.
You're completely right about James there. He's only got 4 assists in his past 2 seasons. And
when was his last good season? 2014.
He won the Golden Boot that year in the World Cup. And to be honest, that's what got his name on the map, and he was absolutely phenomenal. In particular, that goal. But we've got an injury here.
There's a real false economy to players like him, where he isn't actually the player you think he is. He's surrounded by quality players where he's been the last few years, and so. By himself in Everton, I think. Trust me, within the first 10 matches, he'll be looking in the mirror, wondering what he's done.
Yeah. I'm Arsenal got linked with James Rodriguez, and I had zero excitement whatsoever, especially the money that they were talking about that they were banding around like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's like, mate, you're not all that. Sorry, they just put the replay of Klick's goal, and that touch.
It's unreal. It's a touch in the finish straight away. It's electric. There's nothing you can do about them.
Let me be clear. I'm not getting overexcited about this Leeds performance because Liverpool's defending is shocking.
Yes, it's not great. This is the issue. And people are trying to mug me off when I'm saying that Liverpool might come fourth next year. And going forwards, we know what they've got. They're fullbacks. They're fullbacks. We know what they've got. The middle of the park, there's no creativity in the middle of the park. And teams have just seen 2 years worth of drubbing. It's like, do what you can to stop the ball getting to that front three, and you've got a half decent chance. And Leeds have just literally turned around and said, we're going to have a go at this. And Salah, volley over the bar, right peg though.
Not smiling anymore, I've noticed.
It's not what, sorry?
They're not smiling
It's
anymore.
Curtis Jones.
No, they're not smiling anymore.
Curtis Jones just lets the player run.
Should we have a conversation about Liverpool right now? You two do whatever you can to bite your tongues for the moment. But Stu, they're not. Yeah, you just said they're not smiling anymore. Why are they not enjoying themselves so much anymore?
Well, no. Listen, what they've got is they've now well and truly forgotten the fact that we were in the championship last year. And what's happening is they're bothered about when we get past the halfway line. It's as simple as that. They're concerned. They think that we might attack in the next 2 minutes and score because we go from one box to the other in 10 seconds.
No, I'm not happy because Curtis Jones is on.
See, I saw Curtis Jones last season. I used to do a bit of data analysis for a company called Genius Sports.
Yeah,
and I did MK Dons versus Liverpool in the League Cup last year. And look, I know it's only MK Dons. They're playing League One football, but Curtis Jones was in that game, and they were they put all the kids out. You know, Harvey Elliott was playing. He looked great. Yes, it's League One, but you got to think that in the development leagues of the Premier League teams, they're playing development leagues. It's very technical ability. Let's do some passing around. Let's do some sideways passing and all that sort of stuff. If they were able to play against proper teams, and I've got a write-up about this, which is going to be released in the next couple of weeks. If they were able to play against more competitive teams, then we'll be able to find out whether these kids are actually any good. Toes there.
Oh, he just nutmegged Salah and Tyler Roberts.
Oh, look at him. He loves it.
But you're saying there, Gav, as well, like, you know, like statistically, Curtis Jones is class. Yeah,
he is.
He won the figure last season. He won Premier League 2 Player of the Year. Yeah, which is like, so he basically got Premier League under 23's best player. And mate, but in my eyes, he's just not good enough. He's just not. He just doesn't carry himself the way I'd like.
I think he is. Right, let's just pop to the comments quickly. Shui Zan-U said, "What is this? Where match?" Now, it's called a watch along because you are meant to be at home. You want to be at home and watching the game. Instead of turning around if you're watching the game at home by yourself, you can't even turn around to your pal and go, "Oh, did you see? Oh, yeah, I've got no one to talk to." So what you do, you and your pals, you're at home in lockdown because, like, for instance, Birmingham is now on full lockdown off Monday. Most of the UK, you only allow 6 people together. So what you do, you watch the game at home and you send a text to your mates. You text your mates and you watch the game with us, and then you throw your £2 worth in. And then you comment on the game and we all chat about it together. Yeah. That's what you do. So there's no point of putting angry faces in the thing, right? You don't need to do that because it's called a watch along. I'm not saying watch the game, because if I said that, I would put in the status of it, watch the game with us. But you can't do that. And going back to the Everton thing, Adam says they need a right back and to replace Pickford, maybe a striker as well, in his opinion. Now, right back wise, I still think Seamus Coleman can still do a job at Everton. I really do. I think he's not just a really good right back. He can play right wing back. And I think he's a leader of men, and that's what you need in your defence. You need that striker. Yes, I don't think Lewin is a foul and a yellow card. Surely.
Come on, then. This is Rodrigo. Pump it in the top. No, actually, Click will take this, and it will be top corner. Let's go. 4-3.
4-3 Leeds. We having this? I don't know where my blower is. I can't even lob it on. We reckon there's a goal out of this.
There's a goal out of this. This is Click. He's going to come. He's going to bend it top corner. Here we go.
Bobby Firmino, yellow card, free kick, 30 yards out.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, is that Calvin Phillips knocking over it as well?
No. It won't be Calvin. I don't think.
Won't be Calv. 9-2.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, it is Calvin Phillips over it. And it's hit. And it's... Oh! I thought that was in. Oh, my God. I thought that was in. The banter when Leeds win this game. Oh, he's hit that nicely.
So close.
Is it that nicely? Look at that. I think Kim has just covered it, though. Just only slightly covered it.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, I'm happy with a point now.
Get Curtis off.
Yeah, it'll take a point. Yeah, so going back to the Everton thing, striker wise, I don't think that Calvert-Lewin is good enough to lead. And people, when he went on that little run, he scored like 5 in 7 last season. I was like, it is an England call up. Sit the hell down. If he deserves a call up, then Danny Ings starts, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know about you, boys.
I half like him. He's very physical. He's very physical.
I like him, but is he England? No.
No, nowhere near England in my eyes. You know, you got Greenwood, you know, Rashford. There's
If
that
I
many
was him,
players.
I'd be looking into his family tree and going, what country can I play for then?
Yeah.
Because
Come
it's
join-
nowhere,
come-
it's nowhere near England. Whoa, that's a chance there for
Come to the
Liverpool.
green. Come to the
Back
green
in.
shores, bro. That's what he needs to do. He needs to come to the green
Irish
country.
background. Is he Irish background?
I don't know, but it sounds a name like Lewin.
Lewin, yeah. Lewin is a very Irish surname, isn't it? So,
Virgil van Dijk nearly giving away the ball again on my side.
oh, I'll tell you what, Virgil van Dijk is not really doing major bits, is he? Is he Ballon d'Or winner? I don't think he is. I'd rather have Gabriel.
Oh, give it a rest.
Like, I don't know whether you watched, like, we done like a little Ballon d'Or and like on the Armchair Pundits.
Armchair Pundits. Make sure you follow Armchair Pundits on Facebook. Go to their page on Facebook, the Armchair Pundits.
Everyone put Van Dijk to be the best player, the best centre back last season, and best defender last season, and I was the only one who disagreed.
Oh my God!
I put free kick. No, that's not going to count. That's not going to count. That's not going to count.
Wait.
Van Dijk.
It's given a free kick. He's given a free kick. He's hit his whistle again. Van Dijk is probably going to get a card for chirp. He just smashed it in the back of the net, but the whistle had already gone.
What happened? Did he grab onto? Oh,
no. I'll tell you what. If they VAR that should be a Liverpool goal. That should stand.
It should, yeah.
Robin Koch has pushed himself against Curtis Jones and fell on the floor.
Let's have a look. Are they VAR in it?
Oh my God! No, they're not even VAR it. Plays continued. But here comes Jones and Salah. Out your feet, son. Left peg. Blocked there by Roberts.
Goal kick.
It's a goal kick. Dude, I'm not being funny. That should be a Liverpool goal. That should be 4-3 Liverpool right now.
We've seen it last season that play does go ahead like 2 minutes, and next thing you know.
No. As soon as the game is restarted,
Now Klopp's got issues.
Yeah, he's seen that. He's seen that back. There is nothing wrong with that. Robin Koch is being marked by Curtis Jones. Sorry, so it's Curtis Jones is being marked by Robin Koch. Robin Koch has then pushed himself off Jones and fallen on the floor. Referee's given the free kick. Van Dijk smashed it in the back of the net. That's a goal for me. That is a goal.
See, Curtis Jones again, though, lads.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Curtis Jones with a back heel there. He's wanting himself throwing. Curtis Jones. See Curtis Jones there, lad?
Nah, bro. Like, if you watch Leeds goal again. Watch Leeds goal again. Yeah, right. He just watches the play. He watches Glick walk past him. Doesn't even mark him. Lets him free.
Oh,
he's not good enough.
Is it Taki?
Right, we've got Shackleton coming on now. This lad here.
I love him.
Quality.
I love him.
Glick has obviously got a bit of a knock, I think. This
Yeah.
lad is.
Who's coming on? Shaqiri?
No, this is sub for Leeds. It's Matty Click is coming off for Jamie Shackleton.
So this lad
young lad.
This lad will be one of the fastest players in the Premiership.
I was going to say, I'll let you wax lyrical about him because I've got a lot of time for him.
He was scoring towards the end of the season. Granted, it didn't mean too much to have been promoted, but he was being put to speed. But speed and composure, that he's incredible, and he can finish as well. So this isn't Leeds. This is Leeds putting another attacking player on in place of an attacking player. So it tells you how
you smell blood.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what, go for it. It's 3-3. Oh yeah, if you lose the first game of the season, I don't think anyone will cry about it.
Gosh.
But you could go out and get 3 points from this. So go out there and do it. Go find something out of this game and yeah, just go out and do what you can. That's what I say. 3-3, 8 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Why the hell?
There's a winner here.
Yeah. I think there is as well.
Yeah.
Leeds are currently ranked at 7-2 to win this game. 17-2 to win this game, which is 8.5 to 1. which means if you put 20 quid on, you lose 20 quid. That's what happens. So, banter. No, I would love it. I'll tell you what, if Leeds win this game, I actually do not mind going to Anfield in 2 weeks' time as an Arsenal fan and not getting a win. Because it's the early stages where, you know, teams end up starting off well and running away with it, unless you're Hull. Because I remember Hull were top of the league after 6 games.
Anyone here know when Liverpool last lost a game at Anfield in the Premier League?
In 2017.
2017 against Crystal Palace.
Yes, it was about 2-1. And Sam Allardyce was the manager at the time. I can't say who the one was. Benteke's. Orcs.
Was a former Liverpool player as well.
Yeah, I know. Benteke scored one of the best goals ever against Man United.
The overhead kick.
Yeah. But then Martial scored the most Henry goals of Henry.
Yeah. Jamie Carragher, Henry. It was, really. It was Jamie. It was, if you compared Jamie Carragher's when it was like that time when Messi and Maradona did exactly the same. Right? It was exactly the same. It was
mirror moves, madness.
Right, we've got 6 minutes to go. This is where it gets a little bit. If Liverpool score, which I think they might, I think they're more likely to, then I will actually feel bothered that we've lost a point now.
No, I actually don't. I don't see.
I fully agree.
It doesn't matter who you're playing. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're 83, 84 minutes into the game and you drop 2 points, you're going to be pissed off. You could be playing Bayern Munich right now.
Sorry, lads. Just getting passionate.
Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones has really struggled since he's come on, I think.
He's terrible. That's
Dylan, don't even say a word. Leave Curtis Jones
alone. He's 2 balls on the pitch. Curtis Jones, he's 2 balls on the pitch.
Talking about Palace, Abrici Esse looked good today. And yes, I agree, man. Like,
he's class.
Players coming up from the Championship into the Premier League, it's a big jump, but he's a young lad and he has no fear. And I honestly believe that he is going to be something.
What do you make of him, Shib?
I know exactly what you was on about when you said Curtis Jones struggled then.
Is that easy?
Yeah.
Oh, he's pass. He's one of those players where when he gets the ball, I don't think he knows what he's going to do, but he's absolute quality. He's a one-man kind of army.
Him and Zaha next season.
We were, and we were meant to be buying. He's one up there with like the Ben Ramas of the world and the rest of it that we were going to put bids in. For whatever reason, it didn't come off. I don't think he would have fit into our kind of like regime, but yeah, he's absolute quality, and he won't be at Crystal Palace for long. I don't think.
I feel like it's a stepping stone, I believe. Right, let's have a look at. Sorry, I just want to cut in very quickly. More stats they're shown on screen. So in this game, Liverpool 20 shots to Leeds' 5, 5 shots on target to Leeds' 3. Liverpool have had 45 touches in the box. Leeds have had 13, but the possession still remains the same, 51-42 in favour of Leeds. So it doesn't matter how many shots you have. You've got
Liverpool at the moment.
Here we go, though. Oh, Bobby Firmino. Oh, he's got to score that. He's got to score that.
He has got to score that. And let me tell you something. I really like Firmino, but people get on to him. Bamford does the same job for Leeds as he does for Liverpool. How many goals did he score last year for Liverpool?
Not enough as a striker.
He scored 1 goal at Anfield.
But 9 goals away from home, yeah. And they were winners, though.
This is where proper quality teams would win this match from here.
That's a pen. It's a penalty. It has to be a penalty. Liverpool penalty. And it'd be Mo Salah for his hat-trick, I'm sure. Hey, look, there's nothing much that he could have done about this. But
okay, Gav, talk us through it.
Yeah, Gav, because I'm still in the first half.
He's not even really.
Yeah, I know you're still in the first half. Bless you. So Rodrigo is lost his header. Is gone in to try and win the ball back, but Fabinho has just ran just in front of him. It's not a dive, babe. It's not a dive, babe. This is watching the show. It's not a dive. There's nothing that Rodrigo could have done, but it was the right thing to do by Fabinho. He's won the penalty, and here we go. It's a penalty. Mo Salah for his hat trick. He's going to go in the same way, straight through the middle, or is he? Oh, it's bottom left. There you go. 4-3, game over.
Get in.
It's not game over. It's not game over, Gav. You take that out of your mouth right now. That is not game over.
That's going to be enough now. I'll tell you what.
Team as well.
Liverpool could turn around from this and say, you know what, we've robbed 3 points here. I'm sorry.
What was all that you were saying about Rodrigo as well, by the way, Lewis? Just in case.
No.
Technically, you got the winner.
No, I know. I'll defend Lewis on this because at the end of the day, Rodrigo isn't meant to be in his own box doing these sort of things. If that was your centre half, Leeds United centre half doing that sort of challenge, then I would be like, right, okay, you need to sort out something at the back.
Can I just say, TalkSport, Sky Sports are licking their lips at everything they can say about the build-up for next Liverpool game. They're going to. The signs are there of weakness.
That was fairly obviously a penalty, but I tell you something, he threw himself at his leg. I mean, a half-decent striker would stride through that and absolutely thunder the ball. That was psychologically as Liverpool, the champions, throwing themselves at people's legs in the last couple of minutes of a match against a newly promoted side. They need
so fair, mate. That's fair.
I'll tell you right now, you've played outstanding. Honestly, it's been amazing to watch this game.
Here we go. Substitution. John Matip has just come on for Trent Alexander-Arnold. So that tells me that Gomez is going to right back.
Yeah, Gomez, yeah.
Also tells me that they are worried that Leeds might get an equaliser. And this is the first time
the under-8s would be worried they'd get an equaliser.
This is the first time I've seen Liverpool play with playing in fear since Klopp has arrived.
Crystal Palace 4-3 last year. We play every year. This happens.
Yeah, but you weren't in fear. It's Palace.
Of course, we was in fear.
No, you weren't.
We do this every year.
It's Palace.
I think we're always in fear. I don't know why. Just because it looks easy doesn't mean.
This has got like a Norwich sort of vibe, but in my eyes. Do you remember that game, Ed?
You want which one? You're about the 4-1.
No. The one where we went. They scored, we scored, they scored, we scored, they
scored.
Oh,
the 5-4. The 5-4 and Milano winner.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Sorry, that was 2015, I think.
It's got a proper vibe, that.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, third Premier League hat-trick for Mo Salah. Oh, God, I panicked then because I weren't looking at the screen. I thought you scored. Stop
that. Did you see? Has anyone got Mo Salah on Twitter?
No.
I'll just bell him, mate. I'll just bell him. It's all right.
No, I ain't got him on Twitter. I've got him on my phone.
Yeah.
He put a tweet up. He put a tweet up before saying, select me for your fantasy football team for one simple reason. How much time? I get the most points every season, which he does.
Oh my God, yeah, he does. And now he's bad hat trick on his opening day. So
vice captain.
Liverpool will be top of the league in one respect today, and that is for the Golden Boot, and that is Mo Salah. 2 penalties, may I add. So I might just have to throw it out there to Man United fans on that front as well by talking about their penalty situation. Nah, let's be honest. Both of those were penalties all day. These 2 pens that were given today are stonewallers.
If we come through with the win, we've been lucky.
Away from our 2 new players.
4 minutes.
Yeah, if easily. Oh my God, Matip, get rid of that ball quicker.
I love Matip,
I love John Matip, and you got him on a free as well.
Yeah, it's a great free, but I love the way he acts as well.
James Milner was a free. We do good with frees.
Yeah,
not as good as Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are the king of free transfers.
Yeah, it's all right though because in
Germany,
no
football outside of England.
Yeah, in Germany,
I'll tell you what. Sorry, Ed, are you saying that you shouldn't be subscribing to our Bundesliga show as well, which is on our YouTube channel?
Am I on it?
Football. Do you want to be?
Depends.
Who's your
What kind
Bundesliga
of role
side?
things you talking?
I used to think that it was Dortmund, but then I say Dortmund because I've been to see them, but I've also been to see Hertha Berlin, and I've seen
like
I want to go see St. I want to see St. Pauli.
Oh god, like absolute rock star club they are. But one of the guys who does the Bundesliga show with us is a member of staff at Bayer Leverkusen. So then I personally now have a mini
I
affiliation.
like Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah,
to
it's always like
Leverkusen.
Bayern
Oppenheimer, a
Leverkusen,
good
Leon
side.
Bailey and that.
A good
I
club, sorry.
love it. I absolutely love it. Stu, you got a Bundesliga side.
I like them since Ballack days, mate.
Not really.
We're not saying support, we're just saying more.
I'm waiting for Haaland to make his comeback for Leeds because he did actually tweet once saying that he wants to win the title with Leeds. So I always keep an eye on him. Hopefully
Maybe his dad's just going to become the gaffer and do it. You know, like.
I'll tell you something, right? This match has just been summed up in the last 90 seconds by the fact that Liverpool, the champions of this country, and they're probably the best team in the world, have been trying to keep the ball in the corner.
Yeah.
And that's
Credit to Leeds' performance. Credit to Leeds'
Massive credit to Leeds.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't.
But the question is when you come up against a Burnley, you know what I mean? It's going to be a whole different game plan. So
leave Burnley alone.
I know. I love Burnley, but
my pal Bobby Lindsay is a giant Burnley fan, and he's just moved house in the last couple of months as well. And from his house, he walks out of his door, and he can see Turf Moor, as he calls it. He goes, "I can see the turf. I walk out house. I see the turf." I'm like, yes, son, you love it, absolutely love it. Right, it's game over. It's game over. Game over.
Yeah. Hey, could I just say that was a cracking game to watch? It was a nice return for Leeds.
I'll leave you leave you three to have a mini conversation about this, but I'll go with you, Stu, first. How do you feel about that game and your thoughts of the season to come?
I am relatively happy. We didn't shame ourselves. We weren't. It looked like two Premiership teams playing against each other, so I'm happy. I'm gutted that our goals were completely avoidable. If we had Cooper in defence today instead of Koch, I think we would have had a different game altogether, and it might have been closer. Liverpool were good value for money. Although I'd be worried a little bit about letting 3 goals in against a Championship side. So but no, fair play. Today was always a free punt for us to see if we could have a go, and I think we did have a go. And so next week we play Fulham. That has to be 3 points.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be. It's 100% 3 points in my eyes there, like mate. So honestly, like you played really well today. I'm a bit disappointed. You, Ed?
Why are you disappointed with me?
No. Are you a bit disappointed? Are you a bit disappointed? I'm a bit disappointed, mate.
I'm disappointed because everything I was concerned about happened, and I was really hoping it was all just rival talk and paper talk and pre-season blues, but it's not.
No.
It's not.
And it's a lot of things which I was saying this at the start of the year. I was saying like, you know, in February, January, I was saying, listen, we need to strengthen. We're not strengthening, and it's only gonna. It's not. If you don't, you know what I mean. If you don't take risks, that's the biggest risk. So I think we're gonna struggle this season if we don't strengthen up that defence. Bring a new midfielder in.
The good thing is, Klopp will address it, and they'll be hard at work. They'll obviously. It's not like we don't have the players to fix the problem.
But we've been saying that since lockdown, Ed. Since we were saying lockdown, we said that.
But we said the same thing last year. Like, can Liverpool win the league if they're conceding every single game? And we resolved it.
I think Liverpool went through a transition of that. It was 8, 9, 10 games, wasn't it, where you didn't actually concede a goal in the end. But I think Leeds will be able to walk away from this game with their heads held relatively high, because
they're relegated. No, I'm joking.
you know, I'm not saying that there's not going to be many teams that will play as open football as Liverpool, which will allow Leeds to do their thing. But as Stu alluded to quite early on in the game, when Leeds have the ball, they look very, very comfortable. It's just when they're out of possession, how do they operate?
It's interesting that we even by a slim margin, we still had as much of the ball as Liverpool, which really surprised me. Really surprised
Yeah.
me.
More.
Definitely, but yeah, have more possession.
Technically.
Most teams that come up from the Championship, no matter how well they dominate possession in games when they are in the Championship, when they make that transition to the Premier League, it's so difficult for them to retain the ball unless they are playing against Palace or they're playing against Brighton. Other than that, it's difficult for them to get a strong foothold of the game. And Leeds, to their credit, did that, and they look really good at it as well. So, I think Leeds are going to be I'm not going to say they're going to be a force. I'm not going to say they're going to be a challenger.
Can you see them turning over a couple of the top 6?
Yes, I can. I can see. I can see them winning at home to Spurs, Arsenal, potentially Man United. Away from home, I can't see you getting victories out of those games. But at home, with fans or with no fans, because you can argue that it is just a bit of green bit that you're playing on. But when you're at home, that's your manner. You know your ground. You know your changing room. You've got everything's G'd up. You're ready to go and take the bull by its horns. I think Leeds are going to surprise a lot of teams next year. I feel that it's going to be a competition for maybe like 8th or 7th for Leeds, and if Leeds do come 7th, that could potentially be a European spot, depending on what happens throughout the rest of the cup competitions.
Interesting. I mean, a lot of Leeds fans would balk at that idea and say, "Oh no, we want to be 15th and just survive." But I think you're right. I think if we play like we did today against the rest of the Premiership, and everyone is true to form, we're looking at halfway up the league, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. Liverpool, you guys have conceded 3 goals against a newly promoted side. Something needs to be addressed, but is it the case of you need better quality at the back, or is it a tactical thing?
I can't remember the last time we conceded 3 at the back.
I can't
remember
against
the last time
Salzburg. 4-3.
Oh yeah.
But it
Sorry.
was a similar performance.
What about the Watford game?
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
At Anfield.
At Anfield. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
at Anfield, it was a similar game. They just got at us.
It was a very similar game to Salzburg, wasn't it?
I think this high line is something that was introduced at the start of last season, and it took a while to adapt to. And then, as you said, we did and had that clean sheet run. And then after the break, we seemed to just be back to conceding goals. I think it is a tactical problem because the team's there. The team's there and done it before, and this team isn't an aging team yet.
No.
They're still in their prime. So I think it's purely tactical. I don't think we're going, bring in... I know you don't like Koulibaly, but it's just an example. We're not going, bring in Koulibaly or bring in another defender to strengthen the back, because we are causing our own problems.
Definitely. So Stu, you're saying you feel that you can end a decent mid-table. So you're saying 11th, 12th, 8th?
I'm thinking that with a few games to go, we'll be trapped in that kind of like twilight zone of between 10th and kind of 13th. That where people are scrapping for nothing, and we'll have a few decent games, which means we'll finish 11th. I would love to think that we could dream of Europa League first season back, but we will have a dip in the...
Ed, oh, yeah, that will happen. That happens to any club. It really does. Just whether it's at the beginning or the end of the season, that will always happen to any club. Ed, Liverpool, where are you going to end this season?
We're going to finish first. And I've never said that in my life, even last year. I think we're going to finish first. But I think we're going to get Thiago, and I believe in this team. That is it.
Wow.
There is no other reason.
Dylan?
One place below.
Second.
Yeah, good shout.
I think second. I just don't, like, personally, because City just strengthen every year, and I think City last season was a bit of like, you know, a little bit of a slip up, and it's going to be. But this is the argument as well, though, lads. Like, what do you reckon Pep Guardiola is going to be more concerned about? Because it's what he normally does. He normally prioritises one thing, and because he hasn't brought Champions League there, I think the owners are going to be on his back. So what's he going to be bringing? Is he going to be concentrating on Champions League or the league? If he concentrates on Champions League, I can see us winning it. If he concentrates on trying to win the league as well, I can see us, because that performance wasn't good enough. And if we do get Thiago, we will be fighting for it. We're better than Chelsea at the moment because they haven't clicked. We're better than United at the moment. We're better than you. To be fair, where do you think you're going to finish, though, Gav?
The Arsenal?
Yeah.
I swear to God, like, it's the first time the first time in 10 years I've actually had a level of optimism about Arsenal, and I genuinely believe that we will finish third this year.
Yeah, I was thinking you should finish fourth now.
I honestly believe it, and, like, you know, Leeds fan top corner is thinking, "What the?" But no, I'm being serious, and I think that you know, like, Gabriel's come in, Saliba is going to be there now. Is come. Oh God. Pablo Mari, who I still think.
Not agree with you
there
more.
We go. I'm glad you agree, and that's why we finished top. Pablo Mari is in my opinion, is still our best defender, and I feel that he will do bits. So we got Mari, Gabriel,
David Luiz,
Saliba. I think the
Socrates.
jury's out for Saliba. Yeah. Allow Socrates, man. But no, I think the only thing that Arsenal are missing right now is goals from the centre of the park. And if we can find a creative midfielder who can make that link-up play, even if we decide and put Willian as an attacking midfielder and play a 4-3-3, then I think that will work, and that will.
But what are you talking about? Creative midfielder? You've got Ozil.
I'm plugged into the Ethernet as well. So annoying. Joy's living in the village. I honestly think that off the back of that, Arsenal have a good chance of coming third. End of story there. That's that. For me, Liverpool fourth. Not even banter. You haven't strengthened enough. If you get Thiago and you get a world-class centre-half or a top-end centre-half, you will win the league.
But how did Liverpool, who haven't strengthened up, finish first and then go all the way back down to fourth?
No, it's not all the way, because it could only be...
It's the other teams have strengthened.
Yeah, no, of course. I understand it's not 20-odd points. I do understand that.
Name me a team that have won a title, haven't strengthened and won the title the season after.
Manchester United.
No, because they always strengthen.
They always do. They always did.
Yeah, they always strengthen. But I'm on about that 3-peat. Yeah, they didn't. One year they didn't.
Yeah, anytime they've won the title, they've always brought in someone, at least one person that will just, like, bolster the side a little bit.
No, I agree with you. It's something we need to do. I agree with you. It's something we need to do.
They haven't done it, and, like, even City, they've gone out and got Ferran Torres. What a player! You know. So yeah, I think that's really that. So I'm saying Leeds are coming 10th. I'm saying Liverpool coming 4th. No offense, and also coming 3rd. Stu, what's your order out of Liverpool, Arsenal, and Leeds? League positions.
Right, okay. You're having a laugh, by the way. So I think Liverpool are going to win it this year. I don't say
I
that
like him.
with allegiance to them whatsoever. I just think that their consistency and their robustness as a team means they're going to see them through some iffy patches, and they're prone these days. They're prone to win those matches like they have today, when they could have so easily lost 2 points, but they just pinned us back in the last
Could have
10
lost
minutes
three.
and then took advantage. They'll do that to so many teams this year. I don't see them losing to Chelsea next week either. I think they'll beat Chelsea. I can see Liverpool winning it. Arsenal fourth. Leeds 11th, 12th.
Okay. Ed, Leeds, Liverpool, Arsenal league positions. So you're gone first with Leeds.
Arsenal,
with
Arsenal
Liverpool, sorry.
fourth. because
Arsenal fourth.
Arsenal fourth. I honestly think Man United are going to regress. I have no idea. Like, I just.
Regress.
I know. I do. I do.
I
I think this would be Ollie's
Fernandes-
final. I think this would be Ollie's final year. I think. That doesn't mean Man United won't push on in a few years though. I think Leeds will probably finish about 10th, somewhere mid-tier. I think Leeds will establish themselves and then recruit some more.
And then Arsenal fourth.
And then I've got Liverpool first or second. I can't categorically say I think they're going to finish here. I think they'll be title
But
challengers.
you actually believe that you're going to win it. And Dill, you said Liverpool second.
Second. I think Liverpool second. Leeds
Arsenal,
11th.
Leeds 11th.
And Arsenal fourth. Right there.
He's thinking, who's missing out? Who's missing out on the top four?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking United. Because I think Fernandes is going to be a one-season trick in a way. I don't think he's going to be doing bits like he did. Do you know, like after when he signed him and he was just banging, most of them penalties, by the way, right? But he's banging. I just don't think he's going to be that player, as the saying.
Oh, I think he will be. I think it's all the tactical department. It's going to be the reason they don't finish fourth. I think Arteta, like manager, and you've got Arsenal.
You've got the bag. You got the beak, the bag. What his name is?
Johnny Van den Beek. Yeah,
you got Paul Pogba and him. There's no real stable. There's no real balance in that midfield. If you know what I'm saying, boys.
Yeah, they need.
It's very top heavy, don't Ed?
They need young Matic.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's why. But I think with the right manager, they'd get top four easily.
But they've got Harry. Has he strengthened anyone on the back? Because that defense is shocking, lads.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's.
When do Leeds play Man United, by the way? Because surely that's going to be a highlighted game this year.
I think we play them
classic.
Yeah, I was going to say. I'm sure.
That's a nice little treat.
Stuart's got it etched in his mind.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because even I'm looking forward to that game.
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
With Man United's lack of coherency as a team, with Ollie in charge, as soon as we get a few games under our belt, I'd fancy us to take them.
The thing is, you're going into that game with the much higher caliber manager. That's the thing. No, but it's true. You put Bielsa in Manchester United, I would say Manchester United are easily getting top four and could challenge.
They could win the league,
yeah, but they could challenge. That's what I mean.
I completely agree.
That's why I don't think Man United will. It's all Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's nothing to do with the players they've got.
This is what winds me up when you get high quality managers managing lesser clubs or clubs that are lower down in the hierarchy, because it's like, oh well, this manager can't really do anything because they're not doing very well with this team. It's like, hey, look, you can only work with the tools that you've got. And like, if we were talking about assistant managers the other day, me and my missus, and like, for instance, Paul Clement. Paul Clement is one of the best assistant managers on this planet.
Yeah.
On this planet. He's worked alongside Carlo Ancelotti, winning league titles at Chelsea, at Bayern, at PSG. He's gone out there and done whatever he needs to do. But as a manager himself, he ain't got the minerals for it, but it's just, You know, there's a difference between an assistant manager and a manager, and sometimes you need to have. You could be at the top of your tree, but you need your right hand man or right hand woman, whatever, beside you to do your thing, and that's what Paul Clement has done. You know, and I don't know whether there's certain managers that are out there like Bielsa. Bielsa, I think, is a top quality manager. The tools that he's got at Leeds, are they the right tools? Is he going to get found out? But then it's not Bielsa's fault.
It's like you know, you're talking there. It's like who's that guy? The Damned United. You know, the movie. The guy who took over Dom Revy. The guy who took over Dom Revy.
Brian Clare.
That's maybe my brain's just like gone a bit blank today. Honestly, there.
That manager.
Yeah,
arguably the best manager in English history.
Yeah, my mind's been everywhere today, lads. Sorry.
We'll let you off.
The thing is, what I would say is that there's a really interesting structure at Leeds United where if you look down the touchline, there's about 7 or 8 coaches that Bielsa employs. For an enormous amount of money when he signs a contract, and then he employs his own backroom staff, and he's got people that are in charge of the wing backs. He's got someone that's in charge of the centre backs. He's got someone that's in charge of the wingers. He has different people for different things. Bielsa doesn't really talk to the players that much. A lot of people say he's inspirational. It's kind of like having this kind of. That's why everyone refers to him as God. That's a Leeds supporter, because he doesn't actually talk to the players that much. He just disseminates his information to these teams of people that works like behind closed doors. I think Klopp does something pretty similar.
Carlos Ancelotti does.
Yeah.
And so basically, Bielsa will never get found out, so to speak, because there's nothing to find out. He just is a football academic. He's, for Christ's sake, written books about how to score goals in football. You know, that's something that old Ole and Fat Frank will never get around. I don't think Fat Frank could even read a book, let alone write one. But you know,
He's actually quite intelligent, Frank.
Yeah, Frankie's the most intelligent football player, isn't he?
Yeah, but as a player, but then you've got to translate that into management.
Yeah, saying someone's the most intelligent football player is almost similar to saying, you know, you're the fastest one. You know,
no, he had like over 160 IQ or something, hadn't he? Something mad like that.
Yeah. So well done. You can tell what triangle between an isometric and I can't even think of another triangle. That doesn't make you any this is the thing. That level of smartness on the field of play.
Like Jurgen Klopp said, he was always there, but his body never let him do what he wanted to do. You know what I mean? And now, like, if you look at like Jurgen Klopp, he does. He's now signed with Nike. He does. Nike basically own him, and he goes out and does cinemas. Do you know, like, basically, like, he's like Stu's just been basically saying that, like, he read a book about how to score, and he goes to universities all over the country, all over the world. He does work with Vauxhall, basically showing them how to manage people, like big companies pay Jurgen Klopp to show them how to work, how to get a company working. That's how Bielsa basically is as well. He dicks it in raw, and you know, like no, like not going in like Lewis, you know what I mean? But yeah, he from the ground under, yeah, he grows it, you know, grassroots sort of style.
No, it's nice. It's nice what's happening at Leeds, and as I said at the beginning of the show, like, I love Bielsa. Like, your man gets the bus into training, and he'll go eat at the local cafe, and he'll just sit there just chilling, you know, eating friggin' like 2 sausage, 2 bacon, fried egg.
Of people taking photos
about Steve Bruce
coffee, and they were taking photos of him, and then people were zooming in to see what players he was looking at to buy.
Yeah, but the thing is,
on the desk.
Yeah, but the thing is, you weren't even looking at that because he's too clever for that. He would just literally be reading like you know, the Daily Mirror. or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I had to be careful what paper I picked because I didn't want to piss myself off or piss off the Liverpool fans. But look, we're gonna run. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Because tomorrow is Sunday, 7 p.m. We've got the Premier League review show. It's going to be myself. I believe Stephen Cotton's going to be on the show. I believe Dylan Murphy's going to be on the show. And is Ed, Ed, you there tomorrow?
No, I'm on Sky Sports.
He's on Sky Sports tomorrow.
You're in chunks.
Giving it stacks. No, but yeah.
Steve Bruce looks how I feel. Honestly, like, have you seen him lately? He looks exhausted.
Leave Steve Bruce alone. Honestly, the best player never to get an England cap. But I just want to say big thank yous to Ed, part of the Two Up Top family, of course. You know, for being a part of the show. Obviously, he's mad smug because he's won the game. Big shout out to Dylan and the guys at the Armchair Pundits. Big thank you for you joining the show, and massive thank you to Stuart, who is part of the I Leeds Therefore I Am Leeds podcast, vodcast. They are available on YouTube. Make sure you go to his Twitter handle. If you are watching this show, you'll be able to see his Twitter handle there, at Leeds Therefore. Back to the top stuff. After I've given you that much shine there, Stu. YouTube channel, where we have our own YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/c/2uptopfootball. But did you know?
Help us hit 1 million.
Indeed. But did you know if you put Two Up Top football? No, I'm lying. If you put Two Up Top into Google, our name comes up first.
Does it, Gav?
It does. And proven earlier on today in the Malcolm.
Number one is a bit like Arsenal at the moment now, Gav.
Hey, no problem being top.
Me joking.
Hey, look, if you're top of the league, you're top of the league. And just like Two Up Top, when you put it into Google, our name comes up first. Thank you, and ta-ra.